All right, everybody. Good evening. So I am about to take us live, and we are having the most fun connection issues with Kurt. Yeah, we definitely need him to sign back in for this to work. You know, I actually had it all ready. I was going to hit the button when he disappeared from my screen. So that is where we are currently. Good times. We are very close to live. All right. All right, everyone. Kurt is back. I'm bringing his audio live, and I am now transitioning us to live. That's right, everybody. We are talking distracted driving tonight. How's it going, chat? There's Kurt. It was still going to be another 20 or so minutes before Kurt actually got home, so we're...
Now all of a sudden I can't fucking hear any of y'all.
Now we're doing it in the car.
All right, I'm going to set this up one more time. I'm going to pull over here. I cannot hear you because I've fucking cable dislodged, and oh my god, like we're doing it live. We're doing
Everybody's
it live.
watching us do it live.
Why are you doing this to me? Is this cable going back?
Hey, we can hear you just fine.
I think my iPhone cable might be going to shit. Let's see.
Fuck it, we'll do
change
it
port.
live.
Uh-huh. Oh boy, I cannot hear y'all for
That is
shit.
Awesome. Yeah, like, check us out here. We are winning tonight, just so you guys know. This is what winning looks like, if anyone was wondering.
Crushing it.
Always remember, everybody, that technology seems to work better for everyone but us tech people.
The more capable you are of operating this technology.
This is good content. There's a lot of clips coming here.
No Bluetooth. Get off.
No Bluetooth. How dare you? We got to keep the talking up just so when audio comes back, he notices.
Yeah.
So so all right. Yeah. So I would like to say, just especially with Kurt's mom in the audience, everyone. Keep your chatter to non-distracting things, because I will not be reading anything that might distract his driving to him. And he cannot see the chat for a little bit here.
That's correct. I won't be able to see your chat.
There we are.
Chatter.
All right, he's back. We're hiding in a little cubby hole.
Something fucked up. Something fucked up within my vehicle. Oh god, no, not emergency power. Fuck off. Oh.
This is our best content we've ever created. I think chat can agree here that nothing has been better than this.
Why does the fucking button have to be right there? God damn. Okay, so my phone has unplugged and replugged itself in so much that my entertainment unit for CarPlay has now completely and utterly broken and glitched out. It thinks that I'm still in an active call. Bluetooth has been disabled on my phone, and it's like it still says I'm within a Zoom call in my car. It's been disconnected. Every time I try to plug in plug in the cord, CarPlay pops up for a second and then it stops. So I don't even know.
I think you have to turn the car off and start it again. It needs a reboot.
Yeah. So let's try that, shall we?
I believe we have learned through many years that rebooting is the answer always. Yes, this is what you get for buying a Mitnick branded cable. It's great that we literally have no idea if Kurt can hear us or not.
I could hear for a second, and CarPlay pops up, and then fucking goes. Wait! I know what the problem is. I know why. It's because it went into emergency SOS mode, so now it thinks that it's a fucking accessory that's not allowed to connect to. Except I do not want to be arsed. I don't want to be fucking arse fixing this shit. Why? Why does this have to be happening?
This is
Let me
great.
just get you on fucking speakerphone here as rapidly as possible. I know how to use devices. I'm intelligent. Where the hell is where's the audio buttons here?
This is all Louise sabotaging you. She sent an agent to destroy your cable.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's try this. Because that spot. Oh no! What? Okay, I didn't do emergency lock. It's fine.
I'm enjoying this more than I've enjoyed anything for a week now.
Yeah, I'm enjoying just the fact that I would probably be home by now if I wasn't like attempting to do this. But
This is
I'm doing it for the content.
doing it for the content.
At this point, yep. Okay, I'm gonna jam you right on my steering wheel and see how well this works out.
That's how I used to drive. My phone fit so perfectly in that it would like stick, and then I'd just watch movies while driving. It was great.
Huh. All right, so I'm gonna end up doing some like twists and turns. And I'm like, right?
Nice.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, everyone, get ready for it.
And let's see how long this shit show lasts.
Oh, it's gonna do the thing where when he turns it changes perspective on us.
That's good.
Whoa, yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Oh boy! All right, everyone. Well, good times. So, you know what we're gonna open it up with while we're going through all of this fun is we are gonna open up with let's see here. Boy, do I have notes. We talked about this one last week, Freenode, and it being taken over by the Crown Prince of Korea. Like, I've been using Freenode since '94. This is not a sentence I ever thought would be possible in this world. Like,
I know, right?
But this week we've learned that Ubuntu.
Okay, if there's one thing.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I've learned about fucking 2021,
yeah,
is that reality is basically gotten to the point where like meme magic is so out of control that reality is collapsing in on itself, and absolutely nothing makes sense anymore.
Nothing.
Like 2021 is a meme year. We'll just say that's the best way I can put it. So the fact that something like this has happened to Freenode and it like these circumstances, I'll be honest with you, I ain't fucking surprised at all. In fact, I am actually shocked that it isn't even more ridiculous.
I can give you that one. It has been that kind of a year, that kind of a pandemic, all that. But what I was going to say there was Ubuntu and Monero and Wikimedia have now all started their migration off of Freenode because of this. So not only the small projects, the large projects are now moving over to Libera Chat. So if you had thought at all that sticking it out on Freenode was a smart move, go over to Libera. That's where everyone's going to be.
I was like, I hadn't been keeping up on the continuing development of the Internet Relay Chat protocol, right?
Right.
And I was taking a look at those IRC v3 features. Replay, message editing, message deleting. IRC's getting this shit. Like I'm gonna be using fucking WeChat or IRSSI or something at some point, just like watching lines disappear. Like,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of pretty much anything they're implementing here. There was a spec for V3, IRC3 back in like the late '90s that was far better than what they're doing now.
They have to compete with Discord.
What?
That's the problem. They have to compete with chat clients like Discord and Slack that have these features, and that's why people use them.
That all stole IRC2's work as the basis for everything.
Yep.
And
then on top of that,
yeah.
I mean, realistically speaking, if at the end of the day, you're still going to end up with a situation where a couple years down the line, the last remaining major fucking IRC network that still conforms mostly to the original RFCs, it's going to be fucking Twitch chat. And that's hilarious.
That is actually going to be fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Ugh.
Yeah, because if any of y'all in chat didn't know, Twitch chat, that chat that you're in right now,
just an IRC client.
That's a WebSocket. That WebSocket is going to an edge server for essentially, like, they have an entire chat framework that is built on the IRC protocol, and that if you're making a bot for Twitch, you use IRC libraries.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but like all of the slash commands and stuff, like channel mode plus B is when you're banning it, like all of that stuff. That's how Twitch chat works. And I about a year or two ago, I had that realization. I'm like, yo, Twitch is unironically the largest IRC network in the history of the planet by several hundreds of orders of magnitudes. I was like, I want to see the engineering effort that made it possible for that shit to scale to 100,000 people just going and flooding all at once. It's beautiful, really.
That's utterly insanity. And I mean, when the bots are actually oppers, like the actual modded bots from Streamlabs are oppers.
I guess if you're an opper, then it gives you like your user modes are probably equivalent to it showing certain badges. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. So so one of the things that I thought you would have some opinions on, being who it's about, is John Cena.
Hey,
good old
John.
So John Cena, who I've got an image for everyone that I would like to show.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Which
that was a really bad joke, but it's also not even a joke.
So there's good old John Cena. This is for you, Kurt, since you can't see it. It's John Cena, but with Z's hair and ears. So it's basically his face on President Z's face. Because this week, for everyone who
see him.
For everyone who wasn't paying attention, John Cena, well, according to him, accidentally called Taiwan a country. And very quickly, China... very quickly, China said no.
I'm ordering food. I can't hear you for a second.
He said the drive-thru. So very quickly, China said... Actually, let's listen.
Can I get two McDoubles, a junior chicken?
This is horrible.
And
that's not food.
And
McDonald's isn't food. It's like, oh god.
Medium coffee, double with a shot of espresso.
All right, now if anyone goes to visit Kurt, you know what to bring. Just clip that, keep it with you, show up with that exact order, and freak him out. So what we were saying about John Cena there is he called Taiwan a country, which China doesn't like, and John Cena is in the next Fast and the Furious. And
I might drop from the call when I go to pay.
Understood. And since Fast and the Furious makes more money in China than it does in America, the Chinese government was quick to say it would be a horrible thing if this movie didn't show up in theaters here. And to which John Cena replied, "So sorry, I can't believe I did that. Of course Taiwan isn't a country." And put out a public apology claiming that Taiwan is not a country.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit.
Visa.
I feel like you dropped arguably the part of this whole story.
Yeah.
Which is what language John Cena provided.
Key part of this entire story is that John Cena did his apology live for some of the Chinese populace in Mandarin.
I just hate using your face, and that's really funny.
That is really funny. But he actually speaks Mandarin.
Face to the pad.
Fluently. He speaks Mandarin. And not only does he speak Mandarin fluently, but John Cena actually has a Weibo account, which is their Twitter, and uses it in Mandarin. He writes and reads in their actual language, And so his apology was done natively in their language by him. And that just is kind of mind-blowing to me.
Yeah,
I was not
I
expecting
never
John
would have
Cena to be this loyal to the Communist Party and that good with their language.
Yeah, I was shocked to find out he like fluent Chinese.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like as somebody that is as world traveled and like professional wrestling, it's a worldwide business, right? They tour everywhere. They tour all over the place. You're in the game for long enough. You basically become like the face of the company for a number of years. It's inevitable that you're probably going to start picking up some other languages, especially as you start working with other performers that are from those countries. Like people in the locker room, they're teaching each other phrases and all that stuff, and then it's for someone like John, I'm not surprised. He probably knows how to at least hold a basic conversation in at least a dozen languages. I'll be frank.
Yeah, it's quite crazy.
Yeah.
And of course, it's about the money. We all know it's about the money. It's about F9 making another $1 billion out of the Chinese market. Yeah. And it's about his cut of the residual there. That's what it's about. Yeah. He's just a piece of shit for doing it.
All right. Oh, I need a sip of this shit. My mouth is fucking dry. Oh my god.
Where we are here in Massachusetts, tomorrow is the day that masks are no longer required for vaccinated people anywhere.
I don't give a shit. I'm wearing like.
I'm gonna wear mine for the next 6 months. Like.
Yeah. And on top of that, you have that new like what is it? The Indian super COVID. Right.
Yeah.
That's that just touched down in Canada about 2 hours away from me.
Yeah. That's I mean, it's here too. So like, this is dumb, and everyone should keep their masks on.
All right. So I got I got my McDouble. I got my McChicken.
You said you were getting food though.
Chicken, and we're gonna make ourselves a little old McGangbang over here.
That's not food though. There's no food in that bag.
It's something that makes my stomach stop growling, and also I need to pack. I took a fucking shower. I took a 3-hour-long shower, this afternoon, and it's the first time I really look myself over. I gotta pack on a little bit more weight.
Just a little.
Just a little.
I gotta lose like 5 pounds.
I don't want to. I never want to be below 130, and I stepped on the scale. I was like 129.5. So
holy crap!
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Oh, that's not okay. Add some weight.
Low.
Okay, well
add some real weight. Eat a bunch of chicken.
Yeah, back in the bad old days, I was like 115, 120, so I'm still a good amount heavier, right?
Okay, yeah. Get yourself up to at least 150.
140.
Yes.
No, I'm going back up to 140.
I'm at my proper
150 only if it's fucking gains.
I'm at my proper BMI according to that stupid chart, which we all know is kind of wrong anyways, but I'm at my proper BMI when I'm at exactly 200 pounds at 6'1". And right now I am 4 pounds under that, but I still feel a little heavier. I'm in my 190s right now, but 6'1", and so like it just fits the frame, I guess. But like I would like to change some of it off of my belly and to somewhere else.
As far as my diet goes and stuff, like I'm going. Anybody that's been watching Twitter and stuff is probably already astute to this, but I've been spending couple times a week. I've been going and spending some time with Anthony, the internet comedian known as Hot Medic.
Yes.
It turns out he lives 20 minutes away from me.
It's awesome.
Where I am now, right?
And he's awesome too.
And he's awesome. He's awesome. His wife's awesome. So now I go to his house. Now we're doing this thing where I go to his house every week for dinner. Nice. And I'm starting to have properly cooked food.
He's gonna help you out a lot there.
Back into that.
That's good stuff.
On Sundays throughout the summer, we're going to be going off-roading on ATVs.
It is glorious. That'll help move the weight to where it's got to go. Some people don't realize like how much work that does to your upper body when you're trying to hold on to those things. That's good work.
I was sore after.
Yeah, that's good work.
Yeah. But oh god, what was I gonna say? Fuck. Yo, we go so far out on those ATVs, on those trails and stuff that like we get halfway out on the route, my phone loses signal because there is no cell service out there at all, period, whatsoever at that point. It is that far out. I haven't ridden a vehicle like that since I was like 14 years old.
It's awesome. So I'm gonna show a screenshot from your Twitter. This is for chat for anyone who didn't see it.
Is it me with the helmet and stuff?
Oh no. This is my favorite tweet of yours from today.
Oh, is it from me showering?
No. It's go follow my mom.
Oh, yes.
Everybody, you see it? Go follow. Join the fun. Come on.
Yeah, she had 10 followers, like around 10 followers before that tweet, and like
join in on mom's.
I've been looking at her followers list, like not just the count, but I've been going and looking at it. It's like, wow, my mom's followers have now just like turned into either known people with large followings, hackers of both black hat, gray hat, and white hat varieties, and mainstream media journalists.
Right?
And like, goddamn, it's quite the thing.
It is. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody. Yeah. So, nobody was expecting Kurt in the car.
What I'm saying is, if you give her a hard time, you're probably going to regret doing that. So don't. Yeah. So I'm not. The
trolling will come right back at you.
I'm not going to be doing anything either. See, her mutuals will take care of it, pretty much. Because I know for a fact that somebody's he's watching this right now and thinking of some fucking mischief, and I'm telling you right now, don't fucking try it. Don't. Really don't. All right. Okay, I've eaten half this thing, and I'm gonna start driving home.
Nice. So, Ricardo asked us about Ron Watkins' site, Alien Leaks. I don't know if you've been paying attention to that, but a couple days ago,
I've been fucking furious about that shit. Like, right now, at a period of time when like the government is actually starting to acknowledge the existence of UFOs and possible alien contact at some point. It's like, now, oh great, you're gonna bring all these fucking QAnon dipshits into the picture, and you're gonna make all conspiracy theorists and aliens and UFOs. It was already felt like it was all unreliable, and you already had to suspend some disbelief. You throw those motherfuckers in there, fucking trying to like be the authoritative source of this shit. Like, not like they could literally have fucking NASA go and publish a fucking video of a gray literally coming out of Area 51, and they'll put it on Alien Leaks, and because of that, nobody's gonna fucking believe it at that point because it's associated with those fucking disinfo. I'm so angry. We want the aliens.
Sure,
not from them.
But remember this, Kurt. Okay, and St. Bluegrave says it very, eloquently in chat there. The thing that's important to remember about the fact that the government is now starting to release so much footage, and by so much I mean it's a few videos, but they are releasing videos.
Yes.
The craziest thing that you have to remember here of all is not the content of these videos that do show some quite interesting physics when you look at what the objects are doing. Like, I'm not gonna deny that what we see in those videos is kind of crazy with what we know of the physical universe and how it works. However, whenever they show something like that, you have to wonder why they want your eyes on that video and focused on that thing and not somewhere else, and what that something else is they're distracting us from. Because they don't release
totally.
stuff like this without it being a distraction.
Oh no, of course.
Stuff like this is meant.
The distraction is that the aliens have fucking taken over.
I don't
they
think.
would have done a way more competent
I don't
job.
think that's where we are.
Think about it.
No. Because I'm just never going to agree with that because I don't want Tom DeLonge to be right. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Blink-182 was
That's
not
fair.
a prophecy here. They were not put on this earth to give us the future. They were put on this earth to give us shitty pop punk.
Yeah, you know what?
Punks are gonna be real mad about that
been
word
watching
there.
this fucking planet at all. I'm sure, like, the moment we had nuclear bombs and, like, all that stuff, like, if they were monitoring at that point, they're probably just like, okay, whoa, wait, hold the phone. Hey, hold up. And then last 4 years alone, they're probably like, man, it would be so fucking easy to just land there and just like we could just rule shit. But like at that, like it isn't even going to be fun. Like these two people seem like they're too much of a fucking headache. You gotta like handhold them. You gotta like go and wipe all the stuff. Like they're a little baby. You gotta go wipe the drool off the corner of the mouth. And it's your species as a whole. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to Alpha Centauri. I heard they got some real fucking nice protozoa going on over there.
I mean, my favorite story about it is simply, thanks for the tip there. There's a question, but I would say my favorite story related to this is They're Made of Meat. Anyone who hasn't read that should just go read that, because that's what I think is actually the truth. Holy crap, that's a big tip. There is a question here, Kurt, from a tipper who has tipped $100.
Yeah.
So let's answer this. What's the question? All right. Hello, Greg and Kurt. I have a question regarding Anonymous. I am curious as to both your views on what it has evolved into, what it is today versus how it used to be, and whether or not it is still worth following, supporting, and getting involved with. Okay.
All right. Well, that's there are layers here.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, first, what it was. Well, it depends on when you want to say it started, right? Because according to the various journalists and writers who have written books, everything started in 2011, 2012. But we all know that's wrong.
Yeah, it definitely did not start with Lulzsec.
Yeah, that's where they all like to place the books. And it didn't start with Chinology either. Like, yeah, we were pretty early compared to anything else. January 2008. But it started years earlier.
Like, specifically, if you want to know, like, when capital A Anonymous, pretty much, that shit started. Go to Wikipedia, open up there's an article that is timeline of events associated with Anonymous. Okay, you go to that, and it's a breakdown year by year. Things actually started, and like if you click through various Anonymous related articles, like you'll start getting like things that are conflicting, or like, oh, it started at this time. But that timeline article is actually like the accurate one in this circumstance.
It's as close as it can possibly get. There are instances of solid, verified screenshots that show some use of the name as a joke as early 2005. But it was literally just someone joking.
The name really meant nothing.
Yeah, it was just them joking about their name on the forum because everyone was named Anonymous. It wasn't Anonymous capital A with a green man or any of the other stupid stuff that came early. It wasn't any of that.
It's smoke screens. It was all just smoke screens.
Yeah.
That stuff is shit, right?
That stuff is really, like, if you want to try and pin it down, I would say the first time anyone had an inkling of Anonymous is a thing instead of just this little joke we're doing on a chan was probably early 2006. You could have gotten away with saying that then.
Yeah. Hal Turner being the first, like, real gigantic organized op with a handful of people coordinating and orchestrating in private chat rooms.
And at that time, Anonymous was trolls, and it was the insurgency, and it was the internet hate machine, and its goal was
and that was my
lulz. Yeah. Its actual goal was lulz. I was going to say chaos, but its goal was really lulz. At all costs, how could we have fun tonight at your expense? That's what it was doing.
We just thought lulz should be free, and we didn't think about the consequences, man.
So if you're talking about that, then of course what it is now is nothing about that. Like that we divorced from that a very long time ago. Although
kind of.
Exactly. Although I will say very clearly that if you divorce entirely from that, you've lost everything, because there's
a core identity. There's a core identity and like aesthetic,
and it's necessary. You don't keep things going without that hint of humor. Without the energy that the fun brings, that the lulz really gives you, it dies. So I would say early 2006 is when things started. But when you want to talk about Anonymous as kind of the world knows it today, that started with Chanology, and that started in January 8th.
There was a ramp up. Chanology is when it
absolutely.
There were two stages. There was summer 2007, July 28th. I know,
which is what got me really involved first, before we went and did Chanology.
When we fucking made Fox News.
Yeah.
And that
yellow van.
Specifically, like that entire thing was entirely just due to a very, very personal grudge between myself and a high schooler.
Yeah.
I said, like that's how ridiculous.
They've gotten all 7 of my passwords.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
I was showing Hot Medic had never seen that. I was over.
That video's hilarious.
And I put it on, and he's like laughing. I'm like, okay, pause it. And I'm pointing at in the background. He's like, he's that list of passwords and stuff. Like take a close look at the screen. That right there, that's the 420 Chan mascot, TCC Tan. That's the sidebar. It's right there. Yeah. And I did all these points of comparison. He's just like, oh my god. Did you guys actually do this? Well, I mean, like, stop the blowing up yellow vans? No, we didn't actually.
No, there were no yellow vans. That was just a troll.
I personally hacked that yellow van to explode.
But so we're sitting there, and you get that first phase, which is starting to do some interestingly fun things, but not really for a cause. Hal Turner definitely turned into a cause, because a Nazi went to prison. That's great.
That was 100% accident.
But
a Nazi's life gets ruined. I ruin his marriage, ruin his show. End up making him crash his SUV into a ditch at one point. Get him kicked out of multiple data centers. Make the entire neo-Nazi community that was his base like fucking
make them all want to turn on him.
They thought they were like he's a fucking joke. And then eventually outed him as an FBI informant.
Yeah. An active one too. Like his emails were like him contacting them.
Like there was an email chain back and forth with a fucking FBI handler.
Yeah, he was so he got his. But like I think, that's kind of early history. We get to Chanology, and I think that's where, when people ask this question, that's what they're talking about, right? Not Chanology itself,
but I will point out the FBI informant outing. That was that was like that whole Hal Turner shit. That was a whole fucking year.
Yeah, that was a solid year.
January 2008 is when Hal Turner was outed as an FBI informant, and that's also when Chanology kicked off. It was like there were a lot of things happening concurrently.
Oh yeah, Anonymous has never been one thing.
No.
Except you go take a look at any authoritative source on the whole Hal Turner saga,
and it looks like it was a month long.
It looks like it was a month long, and it was only like 4chan and 7chan, but that's because he had no fucking idea what was going on.
Right.
And that was the court document. So
yeah.
And I have so much fucking archive.org stuff. I've got episodes where we're all calling in and having a good time. Him threatening to send neo-Nazis to firebomb me at my house, like all this shit.
Yeah.
And one day in the future, that will also finally be on an authoritative source, and a lot of unknown history will be for all to consume.
I agree.
But continue.
Yeah.
Chanology.
So we end up with Chanology.
When we went worldwide.
And it goes from just the Chans to something else, right? We get Something Awful goons, which were already kind of part of this, but we get them now very active in the community. We get E-Bombs World, who did everything. It's all their fault.
E-Bombs did it.
E-Bombs did it.
Always.
And we get just all these other sites people. We get the YouTube audience, finally. They start coming over. and because of the Message to Scientology video. And then we get the actual, like, media not as a troll. Like, instead of us fucking with Fox, we end up with them asking us to tell them what's going on, like, in an honest fashion. Like, can you report?
Yeah, funny thing about the Fox News debacle, the day afterwards, we were absolutely and utterly swift and brutal in their evocation of us.
Yes.
We got into a Ziff Davis CDN that was
I think we might have lost him. I mean, it didn't disconnect, so it could re-find itself here. Let's see. We'll know when Mac's head goes gigantic on the screen because the other heads disappeared.
There we go.
Hello?
There he is.
There he is.
He's back.
Yeah, what did I say last? What did you hear last?
You got into a Ziff Davis FTP the end.
Okay, so we got the day after we released the fucking first Guy Fawkes video.
Yep.
And then and then within like an hour or two, the Fox 11 website was like, we are currently down for maintenance because we got into their CDN, pilfered a whole employee data of like 10,000 employees, started replacing images in various articles with memes. So like traffic incident, like going and replacing that with fucking images of pedo bear, replaced the Fox News logo entirely, completely utterly decimated the forum. And yeah, that was the whole thing. And it was really funny because there was a sticky thread on the forums. Back then, like Fox News, they had forums, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I don't think they had forums after that day anymore. The top sticky threads, basically like the sequences of numbers like were basically like 420. So people were screenshotting being like, oh, thank you Fox News for inviting us. Wow, gosh, we're just gonna come right in here. It was a disaster. So yeah, that was the very, and they did.
And that's why Fox was one of the last groups to like want to do a lot of follow up with us on the Chanology stuff. They ended up doing it, but like it took them a solid like 2 weeks past everyone else doing good coverage before they paid attention. Because I think they still wanted a little hands off on that one.
Everyone's like, oh, it's 4chan, law 4chan. It's like, motherfuckers, does 4chan look like I have a board called Invasion?
No.
That's not even the same fucking font. I was using Georgia. They were using fucking Arial.
Yep.
What the hell is wrong with you people? Are you blind?
Their shit was default. You had CSS in place. But
yes.
Yeah, so like there's a version of Anonymous then, and everything was, accidental or planned but only for lulz, right? But we got past Chanology and realized
plans
what we
were
had.
rapid, plans were fast, like, cause like we had a lot
plans
of
were like one day.
We were all a bunch of really fucking nasty, sick-minded, like malicious motherfuckers that you put like 8 of us in a private chat room together, and you're just like brainstorming. You have like 3 people just going and dumping information. Like, this is what we got. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go leave some fucking voicemails here, and I'm gonna go and fuck around with their job here. We're gonna go and send pizzas and free Bibles and Qurans.
We're gonna cover their entire front lawn and hardwood samples.
Yeah. It was swift, it was fast, it was all parallel, and like a day or two later, if you had our attention like that, it didn't matter what the fuck chest thumping you were doing before, you were waving that surrender flag.
yeah.
And then we would make you probably half the time do a time-stamped image where you have your shoe on your fucking head and you're like sup/B.
Indeed.
Which itself was again blaming or like suppy bombs.
Yeah, exactly.
Our cleanup and our little victory laps were always done as such that we were literally never looked at or blamed for
Well,
it.
whenever
So everybody
E-bombs
thought
didn't
that
do
shit
it,
was
which was rare, whenever E-bombs didn't do it, which again was very rare,
Yeah.
it was You're the Man Now Dog.
True.
Mm-hmm.
It was YMTD there. It was those people.
Yes.
But yeah,
A couple times it was Totsi.
a couple times, yes. But you know,
Bless
so
you, Jankum.
this early group of people were really much more anarchistic in nature in terms of just how the organization happened, and we got a hell of a lot more organized after Chanology in that we would actually start to, 6 months past Chanology, we were starting to deal with political goals, and we had ideas of what worked in our protesting, and we had ideas of what reached the media and what they wanted to talk about, and we had learned a lot over the last year, starting all the way back at Hal Turner, but moving all the way through the Chanology stuff. And when
I got 1% battery left. Okay,
Yep.
I'm just gonna say I got 1% battery left. I've just parked. Like I'm in my driveway.
Yep.
If I dropped because my phone shut off.
Yeah,
Otherwise I will. Yeah.
You'll be back in a minute if you do.
And basically one little interjection. Anybody on 4chan or any fucking image board dipshit that likes to say, oh yeah, no, yeah, all that crap, like all these outsiders and stuff, they're not anonymous. We're the real line. Like that's ours. You try posting the fucking question mark man logo, or you try posting anything evoking a fucking Guy Fawkes mask anywhere remotely close to 4chan, and they'll fucking laugh you out of the building.
Yeah.
Right? Like they do, like even back then, they did not want to fucking associate with any of that.
Nope.
So anybody's insistence that it was all the fucking 4chaners and all that shit.
No, we used 4chan for advertising.
It was by design.
No, we used 4chan for advertising. Everything was done somewhere else, and then we would post over there and hope that it stayed up.
Every 10 minutes by a moderator.
Yeah.
At that, like.
Yeah. Well, when we did Chanology's initial threads, you gotta, something that we never really said public, but in Marble Cake we had two 4chan janitors making sure the threads stayed up and were pruned.
Yes.
We cheated a lot. We had those
Before
two initial.
That, though,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Before that, like Habbo Hotel came and went, and I like that shit was like nuke on, like anything involving a raid. Nuke on site.
They were nuked on site. When we had the two janitors, their job, like the initial Scientology thread, that started the Chanology stuff, where the logo was the actual image and everything. We had a janitor sitting in that thread, taking all the negative comments and deleting them. So when new people got to the thread, it looked so fucking positive that everyone was like, oh shit, we're all in, let's go. All the NYPAs were deleted, not your personal armies. All the this is stupids, all the they're not a cult, so all the other stupid shit was removed. And we were just cheating. It was good times. But, we go from all of that kind of chaos into, it's been chaos ever since, but we went into a more managed chaos when it came to the political stuff, in that we had learned a lot about how this stuff works. And we got very activist in mindset and nature for the majority of the things that the public saw. There was still a group of people for a long time, and they still exist, that think, Anonymous is what it used to be. Those 07 Anons, those 06 Anons, they're still there. Kurt's one of them. But a lot of them have come around to the idea that some shit needs to change. And so
because like a lot of bad shit that happened over in the years since were basically like side effects and
extensions
ripple
of or side effects
of our very specific brand of bullshit.
Yeah. So when it comes to like what it used to be versus what it is now, I think personally
4chan became mainstream because of our shit.
Yeah. But, there's this thing. The big question here is what it is, what it used to be versus what it is now. I think now we've got an interesting effect happening in that we had 2012 happened, and all the way up into 2014, we lost a lot of Anons to arrest. We had people like Sabu turning on people. We had the PayPal 14 go down. We had a lot of people go away. And around the 2015 early stage is when everyone started saying, well, Anonymous is dead, and they aren't doing anything. The thing that you have to understand about what happened in 2015 through about 2019, in that little range, a lot of us still did a ton of shit. We just weren't putting out press releases directly to the media about it anymore because we needed a break from everyone getting fucking arrested. So it never really slowed down. It just
there
became
were so
far
many
less
feds.
public.
Like feds were feds fucking everywhere. Like you probably couldn't even throw a stone in a direction of anything that had a single whiff of anonymous without it like
it just
bouncing
became a lot
off
less
at least
public.
3 or 4 fucking informants, right?
Yeah. And then, I've been really happy the last couple years as it started to become more public again. The one place that it never really changed, like a lot of this is America-centric that we're talking about, but if you lived in Brazil, Anonymous only grew in the last decade, and it never disappeared from the limelight. Like it's fucking huge when it came, there.
Yeah. But like in the Anglo-centric sphere, it's like there's a distinct cutoff point where there might have been like activist work, anti-fascist stuff, but if there was hacking involved at all, it was gone. Like the actual the hacker collective and not the activist side of things. Essentially the hacker collective vanished.
Yeah.
In absoluteness. From when I was it took me a little while. I spent like 6 months or so just like catching up on things and kind of reconnecting with people that stayed around or like weren't there at the beginning, but like I knew them beforehand, and then they jumped into thing, around anti-sec. I became active during Operation Anti-Sec, and then I was terrified for my life for a couple of years. But stuff like situations like that. 2016, 2017 was the last time you saw anything involving black hat work, anything where the FBI would probably kick down your door if they
in any public way associated with the name.
Yeah.
They wanted to. They weren't doing shit still. They just weren't doing it under the name and very publicly. Not like those people took a vacation.
Please don't kick down my doors. Please, if y'all are watching this, I'm a good boy. I help governments. I help the United Nations. I help the Indian government. I've had the Pentagon tweet at me. We're good, right? We're good. Yeah. I'm only fucking around. Fucking around with white power groups. Okay, right? Those QAnon people, insurrectionists.
Exactly.
We're good, right?
So all of that was still going on. It was just much less public because people, weren't scared of arrest at that point, rightfully so, for a few years. Now it's starting to get a little more public. A lot more people are getting better at all of this. You had people starting to pop up during that point where Anonymous basically was gone. Phineas Fisher. Yeah, it showed up under their own name. Yeah, there were still hacktivists. They were just their own thing.
Yes, exactly. Like a completely isolated one-off, or just like that persona is a lone wolf doing their thing.
As for whether like the second half of the question, like is whether it's still worth following and supporting and getting involved with. Now this is where it becomes a little tricky to talk about, because the idea is absolutely still worth everything, in that it is still the right idea to do these things in this way, to do it in the nature that it's been done for the last, over a decade, is absolutely the right thing. The question is the people that you might interact with. There are 100 different groups that wants to say they're anonymous, and that's actually why it's still alive, because it works that way.
Yep.
I
will implore you that if you do dip your toes into that, please, for the love of God, do not be one of those ones that I groan and I'm just like, I'm not rude to them or anything, but I just try not to like engage them. Don't be one of those ones that like takes yourself like super hyper hardcore serious. And just remember, at the end of the day, what really makes anonymous, and what really makes people want to pay attention, like rally behind and support, you got to have some showmanship and some fucking sense of humor, and you need to go and lurk more and learn some old goddamn memes.
Damn straight.
Please, I implore you.
I do 100% agree with the idea that it's absolutely still worth supporting the idea. I just would recommend that, of all the various places you can find anonymous these days, find people who identify this way that you also get along with. Because, when something goes down, like we were talking about those earlier ops, when something goes down, you might just be randomly in a chat room with a group of people, that you've known for one day, and then suddenly you spend the next 72 hours not sleeping because shit is going down. You gotta be with a group of people that
because you're in like a video
cool
chat or
with.
something, and you
gotta spend that time with them.
You have to trust.
Yeah,
first, it is complex because trust is a weakness. Like you're never gonna really trust anyone. If you're actually doing anything that's dangerous, everything is on a need to know basis, pretty much. Any sensitive details, and if you're really doing things right, you're really not gonna know who is fucking who because you're all gonna be doing fucking persona management. And just getting these little cells together, like these little tiny operational units together with all of these things in mind. It really is one of those things where it'll happen to you. It'll happen kind of spontaneously. It will happen without any kind of like foreknowledge or planning. You'll just like things will fall into place. You'll run into somebody, you'll run into another person, and then and next thing you know, you're off to the races and fucking doing some collaborative work. That's realistically how things seem to go.
You just got to be prepared.
It's not like there's some kingpin. There's not like some one person that's going and doing these handpicked recruitments, being like, "Okay, I'm sending you on this off there." That has never been the fucking case. And when magical things have happened.
I will say this one thing, because back in Chinology we did it all wrong, but it still worked. Because we did exactly go and do 100% handpicked recruitment all over the place. But that was...
It'll work that first time, and everything then the moment you're riding that high, you try it again, and then egos will clash,
exactly,
and fall apart.
It only worked for a single day. Past that, it did not work at all. But yeah, Chinology was total R&D as we were figuring shit out on that scale, because it was a new scale for this shit. Anyways, yeah.
Sometimes you just run into people, and they know you because they're friends with some of your friends, or like you might know. One thing leads to another, and then all of a sudden, like, you got a whole bunch of people that are basically like you're collaborating with each other because it's fun, and like you're working together as friends.
If it's not entertaining, if you're not enjoying it,
then magic, and that's where the fucking magic happens.
Always remember this one thing: if it's not entertaining, if it's not fun, if you're not enjoying yourself, then it's not going to last. I don't care about your personal entertainment. That should be on you. But what I'm saying is, if you don't have it, if it isn't entertaining you, if you aren't laughing multiple times during this op, you will run out of energy on your own, and you will go find something else to do. It is how humans work. You need to be enjoying yourself while you're doing this, because this is fucking free labor. When it comes to free labor, you better be fucking enjoying it, or it's a problem, and you'll leave.
That's why every single dump, every release that Anonymous has had their fingers in, you take a look at that fucking TXT file or the pastebin, whatever, and it is just chock fucking loaded with sarcasm and sardonic jokes and just complete witticisms, dunking on people and stuff. That is the soul and the essence and the fun. You just want to dunk on some motherfuckers that you want to make sure that they have a bad day and that everybody gets the point and laugh at them and join in on the fun, even if they weren't directly involved, right?
Yep. I mean, there's a reason the Message to Scientology parody video is my favorite version of any Anonymous video that ever happened, because it's fucking hilarious. And it's poking fun right at me and another person in this chat and a couple of our friends, and I still find it to be the funniest fucking video that's ever been made about Anonymous. You have to have that attitude too.
I mean,
really, years. I was fucking fuming and ranting and pissed off for fucking years that you did the expect us thing, and then it stuck. So like that's how I can tell. I can tell people that were pre-Chanology. You know what? I now that I'm saying this, like, people are going to try and fucking social engineer. I guarantee it, but I'm on to you. You can tell the people from my time and the people that came afterwards. Anybody that is insistent on doing the expect us thing, I'm just like,
it's post-Chanology. We did that on purpose too. Like that was a line of delineation.
That was the differentiator.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So let's do a thing.
Yes.
Here's
and I was pissed. You know why I was pissed?
You know why I was fucking pissed
Yeah.
at the most? Like, it wasn't because you added something to the tagline, right? It's like, expect us. The whole fucking point is like the fucking the jump, the moment of surprise, the unexpected is expect us. If you're gonna fucking hack, you're saying expect us, and you're gonna hack their shit. They're gonna be like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. We're gonna just go. Where's our security team? We need all the fucking firewalls. What the hell is wrong with you people? No, you do not want them to expect us. Why are you doing this? No, it's like the opposite. You don't
And
know.
then years later, you realize
I was
that
salty.
you were the butt of the joke all along.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it was all about the love. You know, here's the deal. You need to get inside. Your phone's going to die shortly. So here's what I want to do.
I plugged it in. I plugged it back in. So my phone is. That's why
I want to put this on break.
I needed to.
I want to put this on break. Go use the restroom and take that time that I go to do the break and some ads play and everything for you to get inside.
That sounds like a good damn idea. And then I will finally be all with you in chat, everybody. I'm gonna have to look at the VOD after this and just see the twirls and the swirls.
The twirls,
because
dude,
I don't
you were
even
playing
know.
real life Polybius. Like it was spinning around.
Yeah.
I didn't know. God damn it! Not when I'm sipping a drink. What the hell's wrong with you? You want me to die? Oh.
Oh.
Woo-wee.
What happened there? Okay.
Tell me when you're good.
Yeah, well, I lost like half of my quick actions.
So I heard you like mudkips.
Yeah. Okay, well, cool, I guess. All the ad ones disappeared.
Just for a gig. All the ad ones disappeared.
Yeah, okay.
There should be
I
a
just
button
added
where
them
you
now.
can re-add them.
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
The longest...
Did you add the 6 minute one?
It doesn't give me that
Or
one.
the
The biggest
3 minute?
one it gives me is 3 minutes.
Okay, because my Stream Deck, I do 6 minute ones. I gotta find what that API request is so that you can just make your own 6 minute button.
That would be amazing. So everyone, I'm gonna take a 3-minute break here so Kurt can get inside and we can refresh our drinks and whatnot. We will be back shortly.
You're on the road with Libby Shaw getting me banned. Only Twitter real ones will understand that joke.
Okay, everyone, we are coming back to live. Kurt is not all the way ready, as you might be able to see.
Where did my body go?
But we're live enough. Yeah.
I knew this episode was going to be raw and unfiltered, but you know, this is going a little bit too far.
All of Kurt's expressions will now be done with his eyeballs and forehead.
I'm gonna see what I do about this here. Whoa, okay, let's.
All right, so while Kurt does that, I would like to wake everyone up to the latest trending stuff on Twitter today, which I think everyone should be looking at right now.
This is what things look like when I don't have that green screen over there set up properly. I don't got my chroma keying.
There he is.
Today,
no worries.
you know. And Anthony Hot Medic, he helped me clean my house.
That's because he's an awesome person.
He really is.
He accused me of thinking his wife was hot, and I had to say, of course. I mean, like, how are you supposed to answer that?
Wow, rude!
No!
But tonight, you know, tonight it's totally just raw and filtered. I'm not doing any setup, any elaborate stuff. We're just gonna roll with it and just you know, I look fine.
All right, so chat, I'm gonna
realistically speaking, the only preparation that was truly required this evening was me making sure that I looked nice and fine.
Yep. So we are gonna get to Citizen. We're gonna get to. We've got a list of things, but first up, I wanna blow your minds. Are you ready for this, chat? Are you ready?
You know what? I am sick and tired of having my mind blown, but hit me.
All right. So how many of you know James Caan, the old white male actor from movies such as Brian's Song? Because there's James Caan on your screen if you don't recognize him. So earlier, good old Rap Caviar, who everyone might know as the app, the website, the stuff, they put up a tweet saying, Drizzy, K. Dot, J. Cole, and who takes the 4th spot on the Mount Rushmore of the 2010s? So who are the top 4 rappers from the 2010s? And fucking James Caan busts out Future. And the internet is going nuts because how the fuck does James Caan know that Future gets that slot? So, of course, in the mentions, everyone's like, that's not him, he's got a team, some young person tweeted that for him, to which he responds, nobody speaks for me. Because he's James Caan. So, this is what's blowing up the internet today right now. James Caan happens to be a big fan of Future, it seems. And I just think that's hilarious, personally. Because that is the last person I would have thought would have, like, responded to this tweet.
Also, hi everybody. I'm back. I have a keyboard. I now have chat up.
I just thought that was funny.
That is really fucking. Nobody speaks for me. Sounds like me,
right?
Like that's like something I'd be like.
Just out of nowhere. Future from James Caan.
Huh.
I met, and this is funny. I met Future, and I sat and talked with him for almost
burger thief, get away!
Almost 25 minutes, and I did not know. We were at a party, and I'm sitting there just talking to him, and it's loud, it's dark, I can't completely see his face, and then his manager comes over and starts talking to him like he's somebody about some things he's got to go get done at the party, and some people that want to meet him, and I'm like, wait. And then the girl I was at the party with came over and said, what were you and Future talking about? And I'm like, well, I mean, we would have been talking about a hell of a lot more and different shit if I knew that was Future, but I couldn't really see his face in this light. And so yeah, we were just talking like, you know, just two guys at the party. But it turns out, yeah, I had like a 25 half hour like freaking like conversation with the dude and I had no clue. It was at the at one of the Super Bowl parties when it was in Minneapolis. It was the craziest thing. Yeah, so my only connection to him is I had a conversation with him without knowing I was having a conversation with him.
Oh god.
It was not the bean dip kind of a party. I mean, we were both on stage when Marshmello was playing, like near the back, kind of like where a lot of like VIP types were. I had snuck into the area because it's not hard if you know what you're doing to get anywhere in any of those venues. But I was now on stage with him, with Post Malone, with Cardi B. Like a bunch of them were doing shows, and I'm just up there on stage, like next to them, helping them set up their equipment and shit because they think I'm like with the crew, I guess. And then I get to stay on stage the whole time. It was fun. I got a lot of pictures of that shit, of me just like helping Marshmallow set up his shit and whatnot, and talking with them, and them having no clue that I'm not supposed to be anywhere near any of this. I mean, I wasn't even supposed to be at the party. It was a fucking $15,000 a ticket party, and I snuck into that too. So like,
Nice.
it was good times. It was good times.
Sounds like good times.
It's the only way to go to those types of parties.
Ha. So now I'm back. Now I can see chat. Let's. I'm obviously I need to go back and I need to watch that VOD because I'm sure it looked fucking hilarious. But y'all, did y'all like that first hour on the road of me going doing some things? Was it?
I think chat was
Have a
into
good
it.
time?
I think chat was into it. I'm sure, like me, some of them looked away when it was spinning. You know.
Mike's covering my face. Well, I mean, like, realistically speaking, it's okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's better. I got my Zoom. Oh God. Oh no. Why are you twirling like this? Why are you twirling like this? Stop it. Stop it. What's happening? Do I have to? Uh-oh. Okay. Oh dear. All right. So this is what I really mean by raw and uncut. Oh, fuck sakes. It's Lucy Ready Tidy. What is happening? Why are you doing this? I don't hear anything. Am I alone here?
No, we're here.
Okay.
We're just doing a lot of stuff there, so letting it go.
Okay, I need to. Okay, I know what the problem is. Yeah, come on. All right, tighten. My mic stand, the one that I'm using here, it's not a podcasting stand. Like it's not one of those arms. This is a Can-Am concert mic stand. Like if you go and you're doing a fucking like stadium or like stage concert. This is the kind of fucking mic stand this is the mic stand that they would have. So sometimes it can be a little awkward because it is totally not meant for this application. I make it work. I had it lying around, and someday I will get like a Rode PSA 1 or some other proper mic stand. So sometimes the positioning it gets fucking weird. I'm usually here doing positioning tests, making sure everything is right for like 20 or so minutes before you ever see me pop up on cam. Yeah. That's like that's tuning the lighting, making sure that my chroma keying is that, because the lighting in here is never consistent, and I have to go and I have to change my white balance. I got to go just things so that it's not a grainy mess. It's a lot, and I didn't get to do any of that today. So now you're seeing all the like little stupid things that I'm dealing with, and that's why I'm late half the time, frankly. It's because like you think everything's ready, and then you go and you sit down, and next thing you know, like the mic stand's like.
Nice.
Shit.
Yep.
But if you enjoy watching me suffer with these fixes, much like when I first got on the call in the car, and I was trying to position it, and I kept hanging up because I kept accidentally hitting the lock button and putting it into cops are taking my phone emergency lock mode. I kept looking at it, being like, why is it saying emergency SOS? Oh, God damn it, not again. If y'all enjoy that, I might come on a little bit raw a little more often, and then
it was fun. It was fun. A little less.
Sometimes a little lack of professionalism is 10 times more entertaining. I know that much.
Damn straight.
Oh. What was I don't even know. What was the audio like in the car?
It was actually
Like,
fine, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the audience can tell us otherwise, but I thought it was great.
Yeah, cool. Because you know, there's two ways for it to get audio. Half the for most of the drive, it was through speakerphone and through the thing, and then eventually the actual CarPlay started working again. And there's a microphone array in the car, and I'm actually curious to know what that sounds like as opposed to the phone itself. Is it better or worse? I don't even know.
And
That's
honestly,
never
I
been
mean, chat can tell us, but I mean, it sounded perfectly fine to me. Like,
Cool.
yeah.
Not like, obviously not like this the pipeline I got here, right? But probably more competent than just like a basic ass like built-in mic, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. That's an old fucking phone too. I wouldn't be able to fit a iPhone 12 in that steering wheel. I can tell you that much.
So,
What do you mean, doggo? What? You can see my dog? Oh shit.
good times. Good times.
Bavari.
Go.
Oh my gosh. See, this is why the this unfiltered on the fly thing, because now you can see her walking in and out. In and out, I guess. And that's always. Oh, Bavari. All right. You want to hop up on my lap? Come here. Up. Why? Oh, there you are. Look at this dog. Look at this gorgeous fucking dog. Isn't she great? Yeah, look at her. Oh, your breath fucking stinks. What are you doing? All right.
Doggy. That looks like a happy dog.
Yeah. Oh, she is a wonderful, happy dog.
Okay, so
Why are you bugging me?
So since I mentioned it, I'm gonna show two images from that party that night, and only two because a lot of the rest of them. This was a party being thrown by Maxim magazine. It was a racy party, and I think half of the images I can't show on fucking Twitch. But here we were actually setting up.
Put a mosaic filter, like set up a filter
Here
and
we
like
were
make it do a mosaic.
Setting up Marshmallow's stuff. I was at that point actually helping them get all the camera equipment in to shoot what they were shooting for it. And then this right here.
Give it the Japan treatment, y'all.
And then this right here is just a selfie I took of myself at the thing. I think one of 3 selfies I've ever taken in my entire life. I took a couple steps back.
That's a really good selfie.
Kinda.
And also, you look like a fucking smug ass motherfucker.
Oh.
I looked at that. I'm looking at that right now, and the one, you know what it makes me think of? And you're gonna fucking hate me for saying this, but I haven't seen a fucking smug ass looking motherfucker like that since Martin goddamn Shkreli. Okay.
You know what I was thinking the entire time? Is
what?
Here I am with this private fucking show, and this was like, years ago now, but this was a private show of these people, like an hour with freaking Post Malone and Future and Marshmello and like all this, right? In a party of only like 500 people. And I'm in there having fun up on the stage, interacting with these people. I'm in back with security because now they think I must like
Can I
supposed
interject
to be
briefly
there.
here for a moment?
They all spent $15,000 a piece to be in this room with these people, and I
snuck in,
and I just the smug look was just like, haha.
There's something I'm not going to say what it is, but there's something that adds some comedy to this situation. I'm not going to say anything else whatsoever. All I will say is that there is more to Marshmello than any of y'all probably fucking know. Continue.
There is.
There really is.
That was not the first time I had met Marshmello or the last.
Or myself, apparently.
Yeah. Much like Deadmau5, there's a lot more going on here.
You might have some ideas.
Indeed,
and they're actually,
indeed.
yeah, you're probably, I'll tell you. If you're thinking that you're crazy for them, you're not.
No.
I'm not saying anything else.
No, good times though. Very good times. But yeah, that was a hell of a fun party. I just, I had the most fun because I wasn't fucking supposed to be there. And I just love that shit. Like, if anyone wants to know, I've said this once before, but I'll tell you how I got on stage. Because one, getting in the door, that was a whole different thing. And there was some setup the day before, because we found out the party was happening, And the woman I was hanging out with there before the Super Bowl really wanted to go and was like, how do we get into this thing? And so I found our way in the door. A side door that maybe we shouldn't have been able to get through, but whatever. When we were inside, we got a little separated. And what was funny about this is she went off to go use the restroom. She didn't find me where I was standing, even though I hadn't moved. And so I wandered off and got onto the stage, right? So the way this happened was, the side of the stage is the standard side of any stage. There's a couple security guards guarding the thing. Well, to get behind it, and then you can climb up onto the stage from the back, right? Well, the security guard on the right-hand side disappeared behind the stacks of speakers for a second. I notice. I walk over there, and I'm wearing a relatively dark suit at that point, much like they're wearing black ones, but it's so dark that my gray one looks similar. And so I stand where he was standing for a second. Now, he's in the middle, directly behind Cardi B, who's up on stage at that point, because a drunk guy had snuck past him and had gotten back there, and he had gone to get him. So now, him and the drunk guy are like 2 feet from each other, and I turn and walk right towards him. I grab the drunk guy and say, I got him, don't worry about it. And he says, oh, thanks, brother. And then he stands there in the center. I take the drunk guy out, push him back out onto the audience, then walk back there and said, yeah, we got to help each other out around here. This place is fucking crazy. And he says, yeah, don't worry about it. And he walks back to take up his post, now thinking that I'm security.
Oh my god.
Now, when he walks back over to his post, I'm like, you know what? Let's see how far I can push this. So I looked at one of the other people, because the stage was like 6 feet up in the air, so it was like here on me. So I was going to need someone to, do the thing where you put your hand down like that, and I put my foot in it to lift me up on the stage. So I looked at the guy who was just standing a few behind me. He was one of the guys handling the big LCD board. And I just made the symbol of like, hey, this. And he went, yeah. He walked over, he put his hands down, and he boosted me up onto the stage. And then I'm standing on the stage for only a couple minutes, but I'm there literally right next to the act and everything, and just kind of grooving with it all. And the girl I was there with is in the audience now, and she's like 3 people back from the stage. And she looks up at the stage like, what the fuck is Gregg doing on the stage with these people? And so I look at one of the, because the front of these types of stages that are full of, these types of artists in a small room, there's the 3 guards who are keeping people from getting onto the stage, right? Especially the people who are body surfing and whatnot. I look at one of them who the second he turns around, he looks at me, and I point at her. And he looks at me, and then he looks out at the crowd, and he puts his hand like right above her, and he goes like, this one? And I went like this, and then he did this, and I just went like this, and he reached down and grabbed her, pulled her up onto the stage for me, and she walked over, and we hung out at the back of the stage, watching the whole show next to him, talking to them all. We had like a good like hour-long time just standing back there, just having fun. And I couldn't hear a word she was saying because we were standing right next to the damn speaker. So afterward, of course, I was asked like, what the fuck were you doing on that stage? But it's like, it's amazing what you can get away with if you just literally like watch the situation. The social engineering tactics there were amazingly rudimentary. Like, I didn't do anything super complicated. All you had to do is
be confident, like just an air of confidence, no stuttering. Like,
I belonged where I was.
If you're able to just like, you have a situation hit you, and if you have that core wit. The funny thing about like Anonymous and like the sense of humor, the implicit wittiness and stuff is that like the type of people that are drawn to the humor, like they tend to be really good at the social engineering and shit, because a lot of us tend to just be very, very witty, capable of on the fly performance art almost level shit, right?
Yeah.
And as long as you pretend like you walk into a room, you're not supposed to fucking be there, nobody in there knows you. So long as you make it feel like you are supposed to be there, ain't nobody's gonna say shit.
No.
If you're looking around all confused,
if
you're looking around all confused and like a security guard sees you and they're like, is everything okay? Can I help you? It's game over at that point, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The whole point is just fucking play it straight.
And then, of course, while on stage where I was standing, I'm close enough to both of the areas that anyone else trying what I had done would go to, and I block a couple of them. And the other security guards and the other people on stage see doing it. No, I'm doing my damn job. And it only solidifies that I'm fucking supposed to be where I am.
BlizzCon. I went to BlizzCon I've gone to BlizzCon a couple of years. The night before BlizzCon actually kicked off. For anybody that doesn't know what BlizzCon is, it's Blizzard Entertainment's annual convention for their games. So like StarCraft, Warcraft, World of Warcraft, Diablo, and all that, right?
Partially funded by the Chinese government.
So there's a few days beforehand where they're doing preliminaries for all of their esports tournaments that happen during the course of BlizzCon.
Yep.
I wanted to go and get the badges and go and get the merchandise that we had pre-purchased and all that shit, so that we wouldn't have to go the next morning, park, and then stand there in line for like 4 or 5 hours. We could just get in. So I didn't know where it was my first time at that convention center. It's in Los Angeles. The LACC or whatever, the Los Angeles Convention Center. Anybody that's from the region probably know what it is. I've talked to Gregg about this. Apparently, like there's a Church of Scientology that's that's like up the road from it. That will go into full-blown lockdown if they so much as catch a glimpse of his ass out on the street, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's nobody here. It's a ghost town. It says on, I have the app open. It says that we can go into Hall E for pre-registration and go and get that. So whenever I don't know exactly where I'm going, like I have a penchant. I have a complete and utter penchant for ending up in what is essentially the restricted area entrances, completely by accident. So I start hearing noise. Like, okay, I guess I was with my baby mama at the time. Like we were both there on a trip together, and we both hear noise, and we're starting to see people walk around, and they have BlizzCon badges on. So we're like, okay, clearly we're going in the right direction, right? So I still don't see any issues, but I see there's a door that's propped open, and there's a couple of dudes that are outside having a smoke break. So me, I just like, okay, Brooke, come on. And Brooke is oblivious, because if she knew that we weren't supposed to be going in here, she would have had like all of her neuroses come out and been like totally nervous. But if she doesn't know what's going on, and I didn't know what's going on either, she was just following, right? So I get to the door. The two guys, they kind of like glance over at me. I didn't have a badge because we were going there to do the pre-registration pickup. But I'm thinking that this is the way to get in there, right? So I just walk right the fuck in. I'm hearing crowds. I'm hearing cheering and stuff. There's lighting. I can see like green screens and stuff, and stadium seating. I'm like, oh hey, it sounds like they're doing some esports matches there. So walk past that, and we get past that one singular arena, and it's this big, gigantic, like it's a whole convention center, show floor, no lights, absolutely zero lights. It's just like pitch black. Only illumination is coming from what's spilling out of the arena area. I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't see how you even get out of here. Like, what the like? And I'm looking up. I'm looking up at the signage. I see. I'm seeing like all of the game names, and then I'm glancing around. I'm like, those are the banners for games that they're about to announce. So I could have gone on fucking Twitter.
Yeah, you could have
or something.
That shit.
Yeah, I could have. I didn't, because I'm looking around all confused, and then it's at that point where a person walks over and he's like, "Hey, can I help you? You seem like you're a little bit confused." And I look down, and he's got a Blizzard staff badge. He's like, it's like network engineer, because the Blizzard staffers, they do all the volunteer roles and stuff. Like you you'll go and they'll be shuffling you up an escalator and keeping you orderly, and you look at the badges, like classic games, C and a C++ engineer, right?
Yep.
So you can see. I'm like, oh fuck, the staffer, and I'm just like, I'm trying to get to pre-registration. I don't know, I'm kind of lost. And he's like, well, how the hell did you get in here? First of all, you're
playing dumb works really well.
If you're not with one of these esports teams, then well, you know what? Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go in this direction, walk all the way until you get to a wall. You're gonna turn left. You're gonna keep walking all the way until you get to the second set of doors. You're gonna open that. Just give me these elaborate ass directions. And I'm like, okay, thank you. You just let us go on our way. I could have really gone and wreaked some fucking havoc at that point, because I'm like, oh shit, like they just like set us loose on the BlizzCon show floor the day beforehand. All of these demos, so like, everything's there.
You could have uploaded like first gameplay shots and shit.
Exactly. If I got it all the way on the other corner where there's literally nobody, like it was a ghost town. It was a fucking ghost town because they weren't letting people out of that arena.
Yep.
That was strict controls. And turns out the people that were having the smoke break, they were also Blizzard employees. And they seemed to have, because it was pitch black outside and there was no illumination even outside there.
They just thought you were too.
They saw that we were confident. We both had like Blizzard game shirts on, like we were decked out in the swag. It's very clear what we were there for, but we didn't have a visible badge. They just let us right in. Probably because like they didn't think to ask us.
Right. I mean, the confidence usually is what does it for you. I mean, the best confidence is the confidence of someone who doesn't know any better. Like, if you honestly think you're supposed to be going through that door, if you're oblivious, it's so much better.
It's the best.
Because
yeah, exactly.
They can't read your lie.
Yeah. You cannot hesitate. Like, it's genuine. And that's why we didn't get into trouble, probably. Because, like, at that moment, like, the moment she heard that, like, Brooke's behind me and, like, she's, like, freaking out. She's like, oh my God, we're not supposed to be. Then the moment I go through and I like actually like exit that part and the doors lock behind, the doors close and click, and she's like, wait a minute. Starts shaking the doors like, we could have gone and fucking looked at shit. We could have seen all that early. Why did we do that? Why did I'm like, oh, come on. Do you really want to get blacklisted for life? Like,
some places you don't want to do it at because you care and you don't want to ruin your access to the thing.
We already have a funny anecdote just what has happened here and transpired here at that exact moment. So social engineering.
Yes.
In any situation, it is entirely 100%. It is purely just about having an air of like just confidence, period.
All you got to remember is that 90% of the times there are no consequences for your actions in those situations. In that the worst they're going to do to him is if he tries to lie to them and say, no, I'm supposed to be here, they're going to show him the door. It's not like that's a moment where the cops are called. Like where I was when that security guard and I helped him throw the guy out. If he had said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be back here either," I could have easily said, "Oh yeah, I know. I saw you doing a thing. I was just helping. No worries about it," and walked off, and it wouldn't have been a thing. Like there are so when you can internalize deeply how low the stakes are in most of those social engineering situations, like it just becomes more of a game. It's much more easier to show that air of confidence. Because you honestly don't give a fuck.
There's a pretty fucking distinct difference too between being in a VIP area of a concert, right?
Yeah.
And being on the show floor of a company-run fan expo, essentially, where that's the one time of the year, every year, that all of the stuff that they had wrapped up under NDAs and were tight-lipped, and if anybody fucking leaked so much as like a low resolution blurry ass photo and they caught who it is, they are terminated. Their pension plan is fucking gone, and they will sue the ever loving daylights out of them. Very, very, very different stakes, right? Not just you're by some famous people that you didn't pay to be near.
Yeah. And
the fact that they let us get away with just wandering around there by ourselves, like they didn't send anybody to escort us.
No, they were saying, it's down that way.
And like it took us about 15 minutes to get to that set of doors, walking constantly. To give you a good idea of how big that show floor was.
Oh yeah,
that was
huge.
the main. That building is huge.
And
that
you're
was,
right,
that was halls
Silurial.
A through D.
In the chat, Silurial, you're 100% right. Like, walking around that place, it was the worst. Like, everyone was introducing themselves by their ego, basically. Like, one guy walked up and wanted to talk to the person I was there with. And
no wonder you look like a smug son of a bitch. You had to be like that, or they'd be like, "Oh wait, this."
Yeah,
this
looked right at her and said, "Yeah, so I'm a stockbroker."
Guys, I found the poor. He's pretending.
Yeah. So the guy just walked up to her and said, "Yeah, so I'm a stockbroker. You want to come out and see my Lambo?" And I'm just like, "Okay." One of the new Bitcoin rich guys, if anyone knows, there's an asshole on that scene that most people in that scene know. He goes by Gator. He was there. And he was.
At least you were technically you could have gotten away with it though, because like, hi, I was, do you know what anonymous is? Yes, I was the guy that Project Chainology. Yeah,
I could have maybe.
You were a household
my
name
way into things,
time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I literally earlier that day was on the news, so it wouldn't have been too hard, but I also hadn't paid $15,000 to be in the door. But one amazing thing happened at this event. Okay. So they have a team of people, and you guys will love this, all right? Just follow me here. They have a team of people that are managing security. And remember that this is Minneapolis, and it's cold. It's Super Bowl time, but it's cold as fuck. So everyone showed up wearing, their best fucking coats because, of course, they're egos and they're rich people, right? And so we're talking like, $20,000 fur coats with shit inside of it that's probably worth more than that, right? And so they have a coat room that is under guard. And everyone goes to the coat room, and now we're just staring at your neck. Everyone goes... I
know. I wanted to set up a vantage point, so like if an animal, like one of the cats, starts like, because so see that box there, there. See all that trash on the floor?
Yeah.
I took all this recycling and I shoved it in that box. One of my jackass cat while I was out, and you all were with me on the road. Apparently, one of my fucking cats decided to knock it over and tug everything out, and there's also a cat toy that one of them plays fetch with sitting right next to it. So I know who did it.
So anyways, there's this coat room, right? And it's full of at least, at minimum, it's got like 500 coats in it. There's at least $100,000 worth of furs in there. And, we can all have our opinions about furs. I'd love to, just pour shit on them. But you know what I mean.
If it's not faux fur, go fuck yourself.
There were pockets of some of these coats that had like $10,000 worth of gold like jewelry in them and shit, right? So it's under guard. Well, we're about half an hour from the show being over. Everyone's starting to wind down. You see people leaving for the doors that didn't leave coats, but then you see the line starting to form at the door for the coats, and you got it.
You honestly, if you like, a pretty like.
Oh, just wait for it.
If you have to be one of those gaudy ass motherfuckers that's going and buying all that extravagant ass like waste of money. Spending that fucking much to go hang on fucking post Malone on fucking marshmallow.
For it, because the door to the room has the guard at the front, and he's standing there with his his arms crossed like this, and he's got that pose like you ain't getting past me, right? And the line keeps getting bigger, and these are rich egotistical pieces of shit, so they're all starting to want the manager. And finally, 3 of them, which look like maybe possible football players and shit, remove him from in front of the door. And they get the door open. They broke the door off. Which you see a ransacked fucking coat room where 90% of the coats are gone. What's left is on the floor. All the tags that tell you which coat was yours no longer matter, and the back door to the building is open.
Fuck yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
That
right there, that is some worthwhile civil.
I lost my $20 jacket, and I did not care, because I stood there watching everyone screaming, searching the room for their coats, and I watched it like it was good television.
I hope whoever sold it took all the precious metals, all the jewels, the gems and stuff. They melted all that shit down. They took those diamonds. They fucking went and they shipped it to another fucking country to get fucking sold.
It was
so high.
There are some
and I hope
news
they took
stories
all
about
those
it.
fucking furs. I hope they took all those goddamn furs and they set them all on goddamn fucking fire.
Dude, so there were some news stories about it, and it was obvious from what they could figure out. A truck backed up directly to that one door, popped the door, and took everything out in under 5 minutes, and then was gone. And they waited till about halfway through the show, so there wouldn't be too many people coming and finding it out.
And also, it's at its peak. The probably the music is probably going at its most consistent.
Yeah.
So any
It
noise
was
would
so
have been
loud. You could not hear yourself think in that building. So
if you never honestly, anybody that's been to a live concert, how
it was just hilarious.
It is.
It was so funny. They were all screaming at each other. That's mine. No, that's mine. Half of them had the same fucking Gucci jacket. So when there's one left and there's 20 people who think it's theirs and it no longer has its tag on it, they were punching each other. It was glorious.
If there's nothing in the pockets and it's the same size, fuck you, right? Come on.
It was great.
Of course, you're going to be so... Oh, Jesus Christ.
It made the whole night so much better. Because the whole time I'm acting as smug as I possibly can, so I fit in with these people. And you all know me.
I had to do it to him.
But I'm standing off to the side watching this, and I'm just like, every person I met and interacted with tonight, but Marshmallow, I think might deserve this.
Yes.
It was the best.
And I'm gonna ask the class. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna ask the class. I spent a minute or so talking about Marshmallow and why he might be saying that, and I'm gonna ask the class. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no, but I want to see. Have any of you thought of and came up with a guess as to why we've been talking about them like this? And please, I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you all the next minute or so.
Yeah. Oh no! At that point, I was real smug. Definitely real. It was so.
Why would
amazing.
Marshmallow have recognized him, and why would I having known after the fact and understanding the details? Why would I confidently say that there's a definitive reason that I would have interacted with, at the very least, Marshmallow back in my day?
Yeah. Yeah. It's good times. But so I don't know. That was a fun party. I gotta tell you. That was a really strange day. That was a really, really strange day.
I really wonder.
Indeed, right? Indeed. There are quite a lot of people with that same background. It is an amazing thing. I don't know. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the fact that we, on this show last week, in no way encouraged or asked for citizens' data to be dumped. We merely said that it was possible to be dumped. Now, the fact that within 2 days of that happening, all of their data had been dumped by someone claiming to be anonymous, that's just hilarious.
I expected people to, start tearing apart the APIs based off that, maybe shit posted on Twitter, haha, look at this, look at all this shit, guys. No. A couple days later.
This happens.
Couple fucking days later. Yeah. Is that a stack screen? Can we scroll down? Just
No, I'm gonna do this.
Yes.
So this happens. That's the message.
Yeah, leave that up. Leave that up. Let everybody read and absorb this. This fucking incredible.
It really is.
That turnaround.
That was some good turnaround time.
Holy fucking shit.
The rate limiting on that thing again was horribly broken.
Mm-hmm.
Good times, huh?
Good fucking times. Fuck snitches, fuck citizen, fuck Andrew Framer. Remember, kids, cops are not your friends.
And for anyone who doesn't know who Andrew Framer is, of course, he's the person behind Citizen.
And if you see that cow there that's saying that, that is not Devin Nunes's cow. They have zero involvement in this.
No.
That ASCII cow, that is an independent threat actor. And
Yes.
and you know, we are, I mean, like, the cow is anonymous adjacent. We are friendly with the cow. The cow is friendly with us.
The cow has been on our chat many times.
The cow has never committed a crime.
Never. No matter
Despite
what Devin Nunes might say.
No matter what the fucking Trump Department of Justice tried to do. And Devin Cow was on CNN and all these other fucking networks like a week ago or so. Because they tried to get her doxxed. Like they tried to make Twitter comply.
Yep.
In de-anonymizing the cow.
Yep.
And they never managed to.
Didn't figure it out and won't.
I give Twitter as a company, like fuck Jack Dorsey, right? But I might have said this before in the past, but as far as platforms go, as far as like social media platforms go that are mainstream,
fight to not give your data over. They do at least have the fight.
Yeah, like the feds need to have a like 99.9% confidence in that, okay, we need these DMs between this person and this person, and that's because we are looking for this specific content, and here is all of the evidence that makes us believe that, you know, this is actually like, because if Twitter complies with a subpoena and they go and they tear apart a person's private life conversations, and it turns out that there's absolutely nothing there that contributes to a successful indictment and conviction, all it does is make it harder for them next time. They do fight for their users, and I will always give them credit for that. There's a lot of things wrong with Twitter as a company, and
we need to tear down the companies that deserve to be torn down. But every now and then, when a company actually somehow does something right, we do need to call it out.
And Jack Dorsey, as far as his like charity work goes and stuff, like he puts his money where his mouth is sometimes.
Yeah,
he is one of the most eccentric motherfuckers out there right now. He's not like Elon Musk, where that dude's eccentric, and every single time he tweets, all you can do is just go log off, or you start crying because you open up your fucking Bitcoin wallet and you've lost like $2,000.
Yeah, in like one day because he opened his mouth.
Because of his shit posting.
Yeah.
Jack Dorsey is one of those people where you're just like, you're a weird fucking guy. But he's all right.
He's all right in that case, definitely. If someone wants to bring a suit against you and they need to get your ID from Twitter, they're gonna have a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I will also say, though, once all the ducks are in a row, the warrant has been vetted, they have the proper subpoena, and everything is in order, and last appeals are done, they will hand over the data because, legal, repercussions. But he makes them go through every legal step it takes to get that data.
And on top of that,
during that process, they fail a lot. So
yep. On top of that, they put out annual transparency reports, like granular, like this is how many times from various governments throughout the world. This is how many times we were requested data on this count many users, and this is the percentage, like this count and percentage of how many of these requests we ended up eventually complying with. And there are some nations out there where it's like they asked 500 times this year and we only gave them one.
Right. Yeah.
They piss off a lot of foreign governments. Like they make some foreign governments fucking furious with their non-compliance.
Their India office got raided.
Did it?
Yeah, they put a tag basically calling out something that the ruling party was doing as misinformation, and they were told to remove it, and they didn't, and raid. India. There's always it's a huge country with one of the biggest populations out there, and the class they have a caste system. And the class disparity is absolute, it is immeasurable, right? But so,
I did some I did some work with Sakura Samurai that the fucking Pentagon, the Department of Defense, got involved with because they had to make the connections.
Yeah, for the India government.
Yeah, the whole India government thing. If you've been around here long enough, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That one I had a set of complicated feelings on that one because I know the political bullshit that happens in that country, and there's a lot of problems there. And I'm only saying this because you talk about problems in that nation, and then you take a look at stuff that I've done this year. You see that I help the Indian government, but I'm saying this just so I feel better and just so you understand my rationale here. At the end of the day, the stuff that we worked on, we disclosed, and that we scared their fucking military and officials so effectively with that they didn't ignore the disclosure like they do with a lot of their own native researchers. Like a lot of that stuff they already knew because 20 other fucking Indians had reported it to them at that time.
Yep.
And the only reason why they paid attention is because we were like, is there anything for scoping? No. And so I'm just like, I'm gonna go deeper. Like we went hard. We went so fucking hard that our findings, when we put them out there, because we were getting a lagged ass response. It was so shocking and reflected so bad on them that the government had to step in, and we were like, oh, good, they're actually doing something about it. My rationale here, that wasn't the stuff that we were doing. That wasn't hurting government actors. That wasn't hurting anybody. Like that stuff sitting out there open, unfixed. All the only people that would have actually hurt if unresolved would have been Indian citizens.
Yeah.
Either through financial applications that they are reporting their own financial things or requesting funding for. Like I was looking through the financial reports that I was doing session hijacking with a few of them, and I was like clicking through. It's like request put in for a community garden bed, 50,000 rupees. A community garden bed so that they can grow fucking vegetables for their little neighborhood, right? Or like medical center stuff. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, okay, now I don't feel bad. Yeah, just like there's nothing that can make me feel shitty about this situation. And there was some police data that was also involved in that.
Yeah.
But the thing is that police data was it was police reports, like scanned PDFs of forms of like people detailing like their assaults, or like autopsy records. That's not shit that's nothing worth fucking leaking.
No.
Like at all.
Oh.
So at the end of the day, you think about it and you like you do the mental math and the rationale of like which side of the fence gets impacted the most if you don't do something versus if you do something. And if that impact lies primarily within the realm of the everyday normal citizens and not helping a dirty government or a problematic government or fucking filthy ass pigs, do the right thing. Do the right fucking thing.
Damn straight.
And that's like if you're not like that, if you're not doing that, like at that point, if you're in it for the greater good, can you really at that point, can you really call yourself a hacktivist? Just because you're doing some fucking ethical work that people will be like, oh, you fucking, oh, look at you turn white hat. Like, no, I don't even think about alignments. I don't think about like, all I think about is what is best for the people.
Damn straight. And that's the way you have to look at this stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an interesting week. Like, I do want to just touch on some things. Ireland, first country to actually call out what Israel is doing to Palestine as annexation in an official way.
Holy shit.
Go Ireland.
Well,
Go
Ireland
Ireland.
has a little bit of relevant experience there. So
Yeah, they're kind of feeling like,
kinda hits
hey,
home.
we see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
We have a
looks
long
awfully
memory.
familiar.
We have a long memory. I mean, thank you,
Uh-huh.
Ireland.
Yep.
You know, anyone out there? Today, of course, McConnell won, and the January 6th commission is not happening. But that does not mean it's all the way dead. That just means it failed this vote. There is another way that this commission can happen through committee. And what's better is that committee has stronger subpoena powers than this commission would have. So we still think it's going to go through that committee. I do anyways. Yeah, so it failed today, though, because McConnell got his way with his personal favors.
Well, really, what failed was the attempt to do a bipartisan.
Yes, now...
They can still
yeah.
do one, just not bipartisan.
Which they shouldn't have gone for in the first place, because the Republicans will never negotiate in good faith.
And if they had done a bipartisan one, it would have been the same thing as like the Senate Intelligence Committee investigation under Trump. The Republicans would have stonewalled. They would have done everything in their power to undermine.
Yep.
And then they pretended that there was nothing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one other thing related to a lot of stuff we've done in the past, I want to bring up just, you know, to make people aware of something that I think they really should. There's a lobbying group and a group that in general looks to supposedly be the good guys from the outside. That is not. This group is, I'm going to switch over to the image, the ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Now, it sounds like, hey, maybe it's a bunch of, you know, Southeast Asian nations, you know, Indonesia, Malaysia, all these other things coming together for their rights. No, this is a lobbying group that sucks. So they are trying to make it easier for not only themselves, but America and everyone else to ship weapons to the junta in Myanmar to use against the people. And I just think it, you know, should be made readily aware to everyone. Whenever you see ASEAN, this is who they are. So if you're ever part of anything where a cause comes up and it's, you know, about, you know, especially Southeast Asian countries and whatnot, and these people are involved, 9 times out of 10, it's actually a cover for something really bad. They are the bad guys. And I want to make that abundantly clear. Like, the bad guys.
Yes.
And here we go. I mean, yeah, you know, Kurt, now that you're home, you're settled, we've had a decently long show here.
There's like, you know, there's a hand, like, I did that tangent with India and stuff, and we brought up Citizen. But there's a little bit more detail that that was disclosed on the dumps and stuff. But continue what you're saying.
Well, what I wanted to say is, what else do you want to talk about before we find out? Are you gaming or anything after this, or?
Oh, I'm going to continue doing my thing.
Cool.
Anybody that was around last week, I had a weird instance where my webcam was green. Like, it looked like I had a filter on that made it look like with night vision. That was not intentional.
No. It looked awesome, though.
It did. It looked good, which is the only reason I tolerated it. So there's a good chance that when I swap over from OBS, which I used to power this, to Streamlabs OBS, which I use with all my overlays and shit, it might happen again. Just warning you. I don't know if they patched it.
Okay.
I've been so busy and dealing with a lot of stuff that I just I completely forgot that I had to do some work on that. So that might be the case, but y'all can see behind me. I'm not going to go and adjust my green screen, pull that shit over.
Yeah.
There's no point.
There's no point today.
There is no point, because if that thing is green, I thought my camera was broken because it was blank. It just turns out that my chroma keying was latching on to the fact that for some reason my entire camera was green and everything fucking vanished. And that's why I rebooted, and I'm just like, and I ended up rebooting without needing to, and it's a whole fucking thing. So yes, I'm gonna be playing games. Not sure what. I told Libby. I told her that if she's because she out doing a play date, pizza night with another mom friend.
Yep.
And she's incredibly happy that I've been getting out of the house and spending time with Hotmatic. And
it's good. It's a good thing to do.
It's a good thing, and she's doing the same. So just format. Like I told her, you get home. She knows that I do these really, really long streams just by habit. I'm like, you get home, just poke me. Just poke me. Like I'm telling you, if you get home and you got some free time, just poke me, and I will make sure that we're I will set up an intermission. I'll be like, guys, I'm gonna take a break, which I don't take enough of when doing these, and I'm gonna spend spend an hour or so with my girl.
Yeah.
And I encouraged her to do that, because yes.
Good stuff. So what do you want to talk about before we switch over to you gaming? There's some more citizen stuff that should definitely be brought up. So what do you want to talk about there?
Okay. So let me fucking think here, right? So the citizen situation, it had actually I forgot that there was more than just the basic API data set. After it released, I saw it and I'm like, oh, right, I did see something like that. There was they had a system called SafePass, and it was Bluetooth proximity contact tracing for COVID. And their disclaimer is that all the data is deleted within 30 days. It's secure. It's very private. Nah, man, all that shit was out there in the open. It was there was shit all the way back from when they first launched the service, a fucking year.
In S3 buckets, data, some of it.
In S3 buckets, it's pretty granular details, like a timestamp, Bluetooth beacon IDs, all that shit. Pre-auth API responses that you could just fucking crawl. And and realistically speaking, fuck, man, I had forgotten the sheer breadth of stuff that I glanced at, and I'm like, this is not even, if I wanted to go and I dump all of this stuff, it's gonna be a time.
Oh, there's a lot of work too. There were a lot of endpoint configurations to do to grab all the pieces of data. So whoever ended up doing that work in that dump, more power to you, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, look at that. I want nothing to do with this. I don't have time. If someone's going to do this right, they can do this right, but I ain't got time for this.
Yeah.
Someone didn't sleep for a couple days, because I can't believe that shit came out so quick.
I know, right? And
they the real MVPs.
Exactly. We didn't never fucking expect. I'm looking at the expect. They even fucking leaked an email. I am looking at this, and just the sheer and utter fucking expediency and swiftness and brutalness, which is something that I was accustomed to back in the day, right?
Yeah.
That was normalcy for me back then. Now I just God damn, I my hat tip. I have a fucking hat tip to every motherfucker that is involved. And I tell you, I don't know who fucking did it.
Yeah.
I don't. And I'm telling you that unequivocally. I was not involved.
No.
I don't know. I do not know who was involved here. All I know is that I shared some notes that some ethical research was done on. And at the end of the day, everybody had a good fucking time. So, God bless whoever you are. My hat goes off to you.
Nothing but love.
And we need more.
Nothing but love.
Nothing but love. And we need more of that.
We do. We really do.
We really fucking do.
So we might make it a little bit of a repeating thing here, where maybe every couple weeks or so we come up with another API that might need to get dumped that we talk about.
Yes.
Again, not encouraging anything, just like we're allowed to talk about open APIs. If shit happens afterward, well, that's hilarious.
And someone should have fixed their damn API.
For real.
Yes,
not on
God
us.
bless us, everyone.
God.
Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, the onion link. Oh, fuck, I forgot to mention that. The onion link. So, everybody, like, the article came out and people were digging around and, like, I happened to, like, luckily stumble upon the onion link because I saw that it was on the darknet, so I went to some communities that I know exist out there, and I happened to stumble across it in a random comment. And the first 7 characters of that onion v3 URL, it was a vanity address. ACAB uwu. That
vanity onion URLs are hilarious.
That one in particular,
That is beautiful.
that right there, that is like, that's fucking art.
Yeah.
That is the kind of thing that is the reason why I wake up in the morning and like suffer through all the ailments and horrible things going on in my life. It's just knowing that at some point or another that it is inevitable that we all collectively are going to end up having those laughs from somebody that really fucking truly gets it. And we need more people like that. We really fucking do.
Yeah, a lot more people like that.
And I hope Donk, I hope she's doing okay. I really do. You know, she
all of these people are doing amazing.
She deactivated her Twitter account over the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
And you know, nobody's heard from her. I have not heard from her. I have no idea what is going on, and I'm sure that if she's seeing what happened here with the citizen thing, that she is smiling very, very broadly, along with myself and Tildy.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Love them all. It is a glorious thing.
It's a shame. It's a shame that March went down the way it did, because when we team up, we're dangerous.
Lots of fun things happen.
It's kind of what I was trying to talk about earlier in the show.
I would like to just allay one fear. I do not currently believe that Donk is in trouble at the moment.
No, Donk, I don't think so.
Don't worry about that.
I think word of her being in trouble would have probably made it back to me.
Yes. Yes, that we would have heard, and we're cool there.
And whoever did the citizen, whoever finally went and did the work and got that citizen shit out there,
and again,
I salute you.
I would like to state for the record very clearly that this is an open API that can be hit by the public with no passwords, no nothing needed, and that it's very specific. Its very specific implementation of anything like rate limiting or anything else was so rudimentary that it cannot be considered even slightly as if you passed by any authentication mechanism.
Exactly, and like Donk Enby, like her whole thing is taking web APIs, JSON APIs and shit, and absolutely tearing them to shreds, right?
All public,
Citizen,
just put
Yeah,
together
all
in a nicer
public.
package.
you know, like that's Tilly's strength. Like she handles APIs generally. That's what happened with Parlor, right? And with Citizen, it wasn't even as
Donk's
complex.
strength.
Yeah, Donk's strength. So I'm sure whoever did it, Donk was probably a huge inspiration.
Donk is not in Myanmar, no. Donk should be fine. But it just not being super public right now. Don't worry about it. Good times. I don't know. I was very happy to see that we talked about a problem and a solution presented itself, and 2 days later there's a Vice article all about it. Although Vice were a bunch of punks for not posting the Onion link.
Yes, yeah. Vice was too sissy.
Yeah.
Basically, they were too sissy to post a link, and then
they were too scared.
Yes. I don't blame them. I really don't. But it got out there. I managed to track it.
Right? I know. Seriously. Good times.
And those actors out there, keep the fucking good work up.
So your mom is asking. God, I said your mom to Kurt, but yes, your mom is asking.
Yeah, my mom. What?
Your mom is asking about the house search.
Yeah, your mom is asking about.
I'm looking.
I'm looking. That's a great answer. That's informative.
Yeah, helpful.
Yeah. I'm trying to find one that's within my price, obviously like similar price range, but the housing market got so screwed up that if I were to try and rent the house that I'm living in right now, like I'm paying $2,000 a month, equivalent houses in the neighborhood are now $4,000 a month.
Yeah, that happened where I am too.
So, hey, trying to literally pull the burger out of my lap, you little son of a bitch. Okay, this guy, if you hear me talking about somebody stealing food, all right?
And he's just looking at his lips.
You've never really seen it. And he's the one that you'll see me giving him fucking bread from Subway on top of my tower and shit. I never get a chance to. He hates it when I do this. Like he's a brat. And I bottle fed him for 2 weeks on, and it was the very first feral that we ever had in our lives, and we didn't understand that when they're babies, that you cannot play with them in a certain way, otherwise they get attitudes and stuff. Like there were a lot of lessons learned from this one.
Nice.
He is uncontrollable. He thinks if you're petting him that you want to play, and when he wants to play, he is gonna fucking swat at you, grab your fucking hand, fucking gnaw at you, and he thinks it's friendly behavior because he doesn't know any better. He gets overworked, and I'm amazed that I'm able to hold him this long. You're not getting any burger. Fuck you, Gold.
Indeed.
He's my fat boy. Like he's the fat one. He has stolen entire burgers that the internet bought me. Okay, straight up, like pilfered them while we was out of just slightly out of my fucking sight. I look over and the fucking the patty is gone. It's just like bun, and I'm like, what the flying fuck?
It's
and then I'm like looking around and like he's there, basically finishing it up. And I'm looking over and I'm like, you son of a... And then my dog will just walk over and just go and steal the last bit from him in one gulp. I'm like, just get out! Get out! Away! Go! It happens.
Indeed.
My dog has sometimes, while I've been on these streams, my dog has, on more than one occasion, managed to make off with an entire large fucking pizza. Because my headphones are cloaking the sound so effectively that I don't hear the cardboard going. I don't hear that drop. She's a really fucking stealthy ass dog if she really wants her fucking pizza fix.
That's absolutely crazy.
And she'll eat the whole goddamn thing.
She's right behind you too.
Mabare. I didn't get pizza. Why? She hears me saying pizza.
Yep.
Tail
Showed right up
going.
like pizza, tail wagging.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Just because you're sitting there and you're being polite. There you go. You get a little bit of bun. There you go.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Let's everyone. I'm kind of done for the night. I've had a
I'm
pretty
gonna
damn
kill
long
my
day.
I'm gonna kill my cam feed. I'm gonna start setting up. My girlfriend just got home, apparently, and it's gonna be like 5 minutes or so, just catching up, setting up. So Gregg, I've talked everybody's ears off. We laughed, we cried, we went on a road trip all together.
Indeed.
We went fine dining at McDonald's. We got the Le Doubles.
Indeed. This was fun.
This is pure raw.
You want me to
raw organic kombucha, guarana, ginseng, watermelon, grapefruit, nasty ass vodka cooler. It's been a classy night. So I'm gonna.
It has.
Start setting up.
Indeed.
Maybe we're gonna do this again sometime. I will not. I feel a lot better about telling Gregg. Like I'm actually, I got caught up in things. Fuck it.
Yeah, shit happens. Shit happens.
That's pretty fun. I want to get a proper dashboard mount now, just to help facilitate this shit.
Damn
that is
straight.
how enjoyable that was.
Do you need some time? Are we gonna close this down, or
I'm like I said. What am I doing? I'm saying goodbye to people, and
right. I was just asking.
Goodbye, but yes, goodbye and hello.
Right, but I'm just asking. Am I kind of on pause, and then we're gonna raid you, or are we shutting down because you're gonna be a little while?
You're gonna raid me.
All right, everyone. Then we're sticking around for a little bit.
And then if I do a long intermission, well, just y'all gonna fucking deal with it. But we are transferring this crowd. And
let's go.
And just like my moving thing.
You need like 5 minutes.
I need cash. Like I still fucking need cash.
Yeah.
So
He's gonna give you some more good content. So when you get over to his stream, do the work. Do the work. Help him out.
Like, subscribe, tip. If you tip, please. There's multiple options for credit card stuff. Use PayPal if you can fucking help it. I have cryptocurrency addresses. It's all shared. If you got Dogecoin, if you got Ethereum, if you got Monero, if you got Bitcoin, there's options. But I need a new place in 1 month or less. Yeah.
You have about 3 weeks to be moving.
Yeah. Otherwise, my ass is out on the fucking street. So please don't let me be fucking homeless.
Let's go.
Or have to do things that I don't want. I like that, like go and sleep on somebody's fucking couch while we put everything into a fucking storage locker. I don't want to do any of that shit because then I'm a sitting duck. I don't got my workstation. How the fuck am I supposed to have income? How am I supposed to entertain all of you if I don't have a place to have my setup, right? So,
okay, everyone.
And on top of that, multiple websites will be down.
And we don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
No.
Please help me.
So everyone help. So we're get your
Did you like what happened with Citizen? Please help me.
Yeah, we got a lot more of that stuff to do. A lot more conversations to be had, a lot more things to go on. But Kurt is gonna get ready. He's gonna do a couple things in between.
Ciao, motherfuckers!
Here goes his camera, and we've all seen this screen before. So I'm gonna switch over to that screen now, maybe? No, that doesn't really work. Cause we're still connected.
Okay, I'm angry because I'm looking in this fucking bag that had my fucking McDonald's in it, and I think some asshole actually did manage to shove his fucking fat ass head into the bag and go and walk off with a fucking McDouble patty.
Wow!
You son of a bitch! Oh my god, you fucking did it again! He did it again! Oh, at least half of it. At least it's fucking 2 patties, we can left 1. Oh no, hey, no, I am not. This is not me talking all endearingly like to you. You get your fucking fat ass, food thief ass out of here. You got dry food downstairs. No, fuck you. No.
That's
no,
wow.
No. No. Oh, I'm angry. I'm fucking beyond angry. And that's not even the, I'm less angry because I pay for that myself. But when you do that shit, when the fucking internet is the one feeding me with treat stream, you are taking people's generosity and you are fucking your fat ass black fucking opportunist ass that they never get to see. All right? It'd be different. It'd be different if you ever entertained them. But they saw you for the first time today, okay, motherfucker? You're like, get away! No, shoot! No! Mavari, get him out of here! Go on! Get him out! Do your herding job. Get the fuck out.
Okay.
Yeah!
That was horrible. Whew. Okay,
Woo!
everyone. Yeah, so...
Alright, I'm gonna mute my mic here and start setting up.
There we go. All right. I will do that there. Okay, so... Good times. I can no
There was a
longer...
patch for Streamlabs. Maybe that fixed it.
Yeah, every time I start the damn thing, I seem to get a new update, like the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Well, we're having fun, at least. So anyone got a couple questions or anything for us at the end here as we wait for Kurt to get set up? Because I'm done for the night. So like I got nothing for you unless you cause it to come out. I'm at this point watching TV on the other screen. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm done. It's over. WhatsApp is suing India because India has tried to pass a bunch of new laws about encryption and about the right of them to get the messages and all that fun stuff. Basically, they want WhatsApp in the end to stop having any user privacy whatsoever and to be able to read all and every message. They're trying to work their way up to that, and so WhatsApp is suing them about the new laws and trying to get it all undone. I don't see exactly how that works. I mean, government passes law, you sue them, they're not going to undo it, I don't think. I mean, WhatsApp is powerful. WhatsApp is Facebook. I mean, they've got money. A lot of people forget that. Thanks for the sub there here at the end. Yes, Kurt's mom. Thank you. Thanks for coming around. It's very enjoyable having you here. I now learned the name of one of Kurt's cats that I didn't know.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah. So, if WhatsApp loses the Indian market, I mean, you gotta understand that, like, there are more people texting through WhatsApp in India than through the normal text messaging on their phone. That is a gigantic sector of their market. I think they'll do what it takes to kind of stay in the country. But the hope is that they don't have to bend too far for that one. But again, they're a for-profit company owned by Facebook, so I'm not holding out too much hope for them going much farther than the initial suing. Apt29 doing SolarWinds 2. Yes, so Microsoft put out a big statement talking about how the people behind the SolarWinds hack look to have gone after over 150 different government organizations and governments themselves in between that hack and this one, with a new round of phishing malware and that some had gotten through. So basically, SolarWinds Part 2 has been happening. There's some pretty good news out there, some coverage of it from today. CISA is saying 7,000. Well, I mean, yeah. I read Microsoft's statement earlier today, and it said 150, but yeah, absolutely. They said 150 organizations, which probably means thousands of actual people, right? There's tons of phishing emails. When you're phishing a company, you don't hit one person. You hit 5, 6, 7. You like target the right employees you think are going to do it, because you only need one to do it, right? So you're not just the cert there. For anyone who wants to go read it, I mean, it's right there. St. J. Graves put it up, but SolarWinds 2. Again, big infrastructure hacks are the future. I will say, you've all heard me for the last couple episodes talking to Kurt like we need to get some time to talk about an idea I have. Well, we had the time to talk about that idea, and we're not going to go into details here because, well, we can't, or the idea won't happen. But I will tell you that I was able to tell Kurt my idea for a movie. And his response was, this has to fucking happen. So I was right, I think, in thinking that he would like the idea. And so I am doing my initial outreach to some of my friends in the industry from my time doing, the other shows I've worked on, to see what we might want to do for next steps. I realize, the very next step is a pitch, and then getting a basic rough spec script together, stuff like that. But I think it's an absolute winner, and we're going to start talking to people. This could be the first one me and Kurt and some of the others of Sakura Samurai actually do together. I've talked to John about it. He's interested. He's on board if we do this. So
Can you unmute my mic?
Yeah, you're unmuted now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hi, everybody.
We're all gonna do a fucking show. We're gonna do a fucking entourage. Let's get sitcoms. Let's get John. Let's get myself. Let's get fucking Wormer.
Yeah. There's a group of people that are going to be interested in what I'm proposing. So this could be fun.
Exactly. We could even have a couple cameos. We could have Anthony call in for like 5 minutes and be like, I'm not Sakura Samurai, but anybody help me learn Kali Linux?
Nice.
There's there are.
We're gonna have some fun with it. So I'm starting the initial stuff. Now, this isn't to set any major expectations for people, because I don't know how much you all know about this process, but if I were to actually have the spec script in my hand right now, we'd still be a year out from any actual deal being finalized and any work actually starting on any kind of a film, the way this stuff works. So it's gonna be a little bit, but there will be a point, if this goes forward, that people know what we're working on. I do luckily have some pretty good connections in the industry from the stuff that I've done already. So I don't think it'll be hard to figure out what our next steps are, and who we need to be dealing with. It will be a lot of fun. And if we pull it off, I'm gonna say this: I think everyone in this audience will love us for making this movie. So there we go. Good times. I'm sure most of the fan base are like me, technical, but also I don't think a lot of you are big sports fans, which I happen to be, and I'm a big NBA.
Alien Leaks
fan.
is apparently down.
So
apparently Alien Leaks is currently offline due to a DDoS attack. This is hot off the presses.
Yeah. Alien Leaks is down.
Under heavy attack.
Heavy attack. I mean, it might deserve it.
Yeah. Oh, it totally just fucking deserves it. What the hell are you saying?
But I'm watching. Well, see, so I'm not. I might live in Boston, Shaka, but I'm from Dallas, so I'm a Mavericks fan. I grew up a Mavericks fan my whole life, so I'm watching them currently. Play against the Clippers. So that's what's going on the screen. So if you guys keep seeing me look that way, I'm watching the game.
Yeah.
Because I am indeed a big fan of that stuff. Let's go.
I'm almost right. So the green bullshit, that bug. That bug is still here. However, because I don't have my chroma keying on and it's just the way that my camera's set up, it's not as intrusive. It's not as annoying, right?
Yep.
So, okay, I did not want to do that. Undo. I don't know what the hell happened though, but all of everything that uses my webcam, the dimensions of the actual webcam frame is like an order of magnitude larger than it's supposed to be, and I'm actually confused. I'm just resizing all this crap. Let's drag you over. All right. So that's the thing. Where the fuck is? Interestingly, anybody that's been following, just like, you know, people are probably curious as to a certain situation or set of situations involving my personal life and my son. The only thing I need to say about it is that, interestingly, it appears that my ex has deleted a lot of tweets, and I mean a lot. I went back to go and look at some stuff that that Louise mentioned, other threats had said, and it's just nothing but this tweet has been deleted by the author.
Good.
And maybe I'm hoping maybe somebody finally fucking managed to sit her the fuck down and talk to her and be like, you need to fucking knock this, like, you don't know what the hell you're actually doing.
Yep.
And maybe that's because earlier today I said that you know, once Louise learns that my ex was also an anon from my time, and fact is, she was way more vicious and cruel and destructive than I was.
He was the best mod.
Qualities that I appreciated back then when I was a different person, but definitely not marriage material. Mistakes were made.
Indeed.
Once Louise figures that out, because all of her stuff is like, any association with anonymous is going to you are definitely going to lose custody. So he's losing. The moment she figures out that she was also fucking one of us too, I'm waiting to see if that flips, and I am worried that my son will end up in the system for some time because of shit like that. So, and I was vocal about that. And it seems that now, after that fact, it seems that maybe that's what finally fucking got through her skull, and she went and she cleaned all that shit.
I was avoiding the topic on purpose, just to, you know, not.
I'm just giving people an update. You know, I'm not engaging her. I'm not directly fucking engaging her. We have not talked. We have not so much as seen anything from one another in days now.
Yep.
And I'm starting, like, you know, it's good. Like, I feel refreshed. Like, I don't have that toxicity. And maybe she's having some time to, like, really sit and reflect on her own, and and if that's the case, then good. It's what has been fucking needed. So you get stuck in a loop, back and forth, if you're just constantly getting triggered and you're at each other's throats, and that's not good for anyone. So, if anybody has been talking sense into her, if anybody is privy as to what the actual circumstances are, and I'm close, good. If you helped, thank you. I appreciate it. But above all, my son appreciates it. He doesn't understand. He's only 2 months old. But I'm telling you, for, like, when he is finally able to comprehend the world, if he knew, he would thank you and give you a hug.
Indeed.
Just be a good fucking person. Don't fucking help these jackasses that just want to hurt. All right? I know who watches this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, where the fuck is this cable? I just need to fucking charge this goddamn mouse for like a second so I can open up this NDI thing. Because apparently this machine rebooted for Windows updates.
Of course.
Yep. And everything else is pretty much ready. Except I can do this and then I will be live. Wait, I'm an idiot too. None of my consoles have gone through updates, but that only really matters for the Xbox, I think. All right. Let's go. Let's get a fucking beep. All right, cool, mouse cursor. Good. OBS Studio. Let's open you.
Yay. Indeed.
Yay. All right, cool. We got video. Okay, I'm gonna put this live, and then you'll be able to raid me in approximately a minute or two.
Or whenever, you know, Twitch decides to show that you exist.
That's what I mean by minute or two. Specifically, right?
It's still like that for like the first 2 minutes you were live last week, it just kept showing you were N/A. Like, good times. All right, everyone. Yeah, so as soon as Kurt's up, we are going to raid his channel, watch some gaming, good times, interact, have all the fun, Indeed, indeed. Whew. As for the person who said I'm old, yeah, I am. I admit it. I woke my ass up a little early today, and a little earlier than normal. And I am definitely feeling the fact that I did that. Oh my god. Oh. I also did a hell of a lot of complicated programming over the last couple days involving quite a lot of freaking math, and my head just feels fried. Like, I don't know how best to say that, but like, just ugh. The amount of mathematics I have had to done, and the amount of hoops I've had to jump through to get the shit to work right, is some bullshit. But what I've been programming on task is functional. So I'm done with the hardest parts of it.
Okay. Go live. So we're probably gonna start with Polybius. I was running towards the end of the sets of levels.
So we're going to continue Polybius from earlier in the episode. You might remember as Kurt was spinning around, he'll be doing that again.
Mm-hmm. All that shit is very Twitch tags. Let's see. Apparently ADHD is a Twitch tag now.
Well, sure. Then.
I know what I'm in. ADHD, and people ask me questions, and put, hey man, fucking achievement hunting. Cool. How these things were not here before.
Yeah, they keep adding more.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Is hot tub still a tag?
I will let you know when I get down there. Whew, boy.
Because there's problems with that.
Anxiety for streams and content featuring the anxiety community. I am too anxious to add that tag.
Yeah, like
woo!
Right?
Uh-huh. Arena, the aromantic community. What? Australian. Is there one that's inverse of that? Can I like say no Australians?
There is a solid Australian and New Zealand streaming
that is
community.
Old 4chaners will get that joke.
Yes. That was not like as like 4.
I have nothing against. One Sakura Samurai is a very gifted 15-year-old Australian boy, and I'll just say that Moot would have some words.
Yes. There was some extra moderation needed during that few weeks.
Quote unquote, I hate Australians so goddamn much.
Yeah. Good times.
Bipolar disorder. Jesus, wow. They had all these sexuality tags, like goddamn. Wow, good on you, Twitch. I am impressed. All of these so like I know Sweet Anita having Tourette's, the fact that they're adding all of these explicit Twitch tags for categories for people that are looking for others that have similar psychological conditions. Good on you guys. I have to wonder how much autonomy they have compared to the rest of Amazon Corporation. I do. I really wonder how much. Borderline personality disorder community? Wow. I would be, okay, I need to stay far away from that one because, yeah. I'm glad that they can all support each other.
Indeed.
I don't want to know what that looks like. I'm sure it's good for them. Not good for me. Canadian community. Fuck yeah. All right, cool. Dissociative disorder, disabled, the drag community. Goddamn. Dwarfism. Well, if you're looking for Frederick Brennan, I'll tell you what. If he ever gets on Twitch, I can tell you where you can find him. Early access play, East Asian, Ecuadorian, Egyptian. Wow. God damn. Where is it? I can fit one more tag in. Got such good ones that already filled it in. High score attempts. There we go. That's perfect right there. Cool.
There you go. That makes sense.
Yep.
I don't know if you all can tell, but I am spent for the day.
I could tell just by hearing you at this point. The fact that you stopped talking.
Yeah, I am. I'm starting to fade. Now my yawning is real yawning. Whew.
Like there, there's a lot of people that are real. When I show affection to my girlfriend online, like y'all like, oh, you two are cute and stuff. I'm just gonna say, I don't chew anybody out because, like, I understand it comes from a genuine place. You see myself and my girlfriend interacting within a thread on Twitter. You don't need to chime in every single time. Like, right? You don't need to be that guy. You don't need to, like, post a popcorn gif and make things awkward. Okay.
Yeah.
Just, I understand. It's cute. Hit the favorite. You can like the tweet, right? Yeah. It's clear y'all lurking.
And if you get Twitter Blue when you can get the $3 a month subscription, you can actually save those to a collection of your favorite tweets.
Exactly. So
why would anyone pay
there are a lot of people who are like it doesn't matter if there's a tweet thread between myself and a couple of one or two other people, and it goes for more than 10 minutes without fail. It just it's like a fucking mob of people that are close to or adjacent or friends with us. And I'm saying this on behalf of both of us.
Yeah.
It's getting a little bit tiring. We don't want to feel as if if we are not conveying openly and blatantly that we are a healthy couple that are constantly showing public affection to one another in front of others, that we don't like feeling that like our sub communities and people around, like, we don't feel like it's gonna fucking fall apart and fracture, or that it affects people. So just Indeed. Control yourself a little bit more so that I can control myself a little bit more. And that's from me.
Indeed. Okay? I will say, Portia, in the chat, you are 100% right that knitting is a fucking identity. If anyone has anyone in their life that's into knitting, you've probably seen Ravelry.com. But that site still blows my mind for a community site. It is the most well-bit singular community site in the history of websites existing.
And with, like, all of the features for that specific community.
It's insane. Like, people can sell their patterns on there to each other. They post all their pictures of it. They talk knitting and crocheting and all the other things related to it. And, like, they just, if you're into knitting, I guess, like, you have a home. Ravelry.com. That the place is like, God. Dude, so I can
Why is
say
my controller not syncing to the PlayStation?
Mac's wife is into this and has shown it to me before, and when she first showed me the inside of this website, I did not believe that, like, it just turns out that we happened to run into a situation where a good web programmer was married to someone who was really into knitting, and they got to talking, and out comes Ravelry.com. It just go look at it. You can sign up for free. It will blow your mind how amazing this is for that one community. And they've got like 4 million users now. Like, for the knitting community, it's insanity.
And I've seen so many, like, company or, like, industry websites, stuff with real money behind it, that wasn't done half as well.
Oh yeah, no, the site is freaking amazing. And then on the other point you made, Portia, there, yeah, every one of those communities having a Twitch sub where they can all like interact and talk about, you know, the issues and talk about living with those. It's amazing. I'm really glad they have all of that. It's awesome. Someone made a knitting.
Every knitter
what?
I know would be like unreasonably upset by that idea.
Okay, so what is this Ida Gore Reconnect community app? What do you mean by abusive? What is this Reconnect community app doing, and where do you get this Reconnect community app? Like, do you have a link that we can see? It's forced onto people's phones who get released from drug court. What does it do? Is it a tracker like for your locations? Is it something you have to check in with? What is the app actually doing that's beyond being an app forced on your phone, which can track? But what's like? Are there specific abuses that it is doing? Okay, so it's basically replacing the phone call check-in that most of the people that I've known have had to do with an app-based check-in. But obviously, being an app, it's able to collect a hell of a lot more data on you than what you would give up over a phone call. Okay, yeah. So the ACLU should be all about that. You say you've contacted them, or you haven't contacted them? You posted it to the ACLU. Okay. Did you get any kind of a response from them? Like even we already know, or what? That's really fucked up. I would say if there's anyone out there that wants to set up the right tools to monitor what that app is actually doing and log what requests it's making and what data it's sending and all the other fun stuff, you know, maybe a little expert usage of Wireshark and a few other things, that seems like a pretty good task for someone to be on top of. I don't know, if sometime in the next week I had that information in my hands, I would definitely deal with some media friends of mine to see if anyone was up for reporting on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I think Kurt agrees with that.
Yeah. What?
There's
you say something?
Yeah, there's an app being used by the post drug reporting. So when you get out of drug court and you have to start doing your check-ins and everything else, instead of making phone calls now, they've got an app called Reconnect Community that you have to install on your phone. And it supposedly takes all your GPS data, your messages, your contact info, everything. And that's,
okay, so I've just gotten a little bit of feedback. That popcorn, like posting those gifs and stuff, and people are like, oh, apparently, okay. That's okay sometimes. Just don't go overboard.
Yeah, just don't go super
don't
overboard
act like
with it.
do not act like the fucking entire internet is fucking falling apart if you don't have the impression that that we are a 100% perfect couple 24/7. Just please don't.
Yes.
Sometimes the nature of our work on this good old internet is such that just psyops exist. I don't really need to say anything else, okay?
Right.
Just to make sure I was on my fucking birth certificate and so I could see a photograph of my son after he was born, we had to run a psyop involving us kind of cloaking the nature of our relationship so that my ex thought that there was no competition and that I might actually take her back, right? Just so that I could see him, my boy. Just remember that. Moving on. Trust me, Libby and I, we're not going anywhere.
Indeed.
You can probably raid me now.
Okay, let's give it a shot. I'm gonna click on the button and see what it does, everybody. Oh my god, it shows him first time. All right, everyone. We are raiding Kurt. So everyone get ready to hop on over. As for Idagor, I am serious. If someone has the time to put into capturing some of that data and figuring out what's going on with it in a way where, you know, I actually were to end up with a copy of that data, or Kurt or anyone else, you know, from our type of people, I'm pretty sure media would want to report on it if they had a lot of proof. So just putting it out there into the world. But alright, everyone, we are going to raid Kurt now so I can get some rest.